There you go.
There you
I think
go.
that works.
Minerva Podcast
I'll just-
episode 21 with the boys and Donna. Oh, and Chrichelle's wifey. Got Crit and Shell here.
Yeah,
I'm the shell.
And there's
Yeah.
a shell.
it's kind of like Brangelina to explain it. So very confusing, but you know, it just
Who is
kinda
this
worked out that way.
Brangelina person?
Never.
Oh, okay. I mean, I haven't either. I just heard it was a name and like Brad and Jelena, you know. So,
Chelina.
that's
Excellent.
where I got it from. So yeah, and so over here we can moderate. This is my wife. Yeah,
Hello.
and so we can just like delete people's comments there. See, Stelly Man, we can just like delete his comments.
Oh, we got
No, you
30
can't.
people in the chat already. Nice to see. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, delete everything
Well,
from
Stelly's
Stelly.
one of the Stelly's one of the few people you can't delete his comments
Fair point.
because he's got a stupid blue wrench.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Thanks, Griffin.
All right, we're here. Been trying to get the wifey on
Yay.
for a while. Or a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried once, I should say.
Sorry.
No, I
It's
made it sound
okay.
different than it was. We
I
tried
had
once and
nothing
then
to
like had
do.
been looking forward to it, but this
Yeah.
was our, our second
I'm
chance.
excited to be here.
Yeah. And
Iron
I'm glad-
We love a fresh face.
We do, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun. We weren't
'Cause
able
it's
to
always-
have Iron on.
it's
Had
always
to
us.
sleep. Work tomorrow, no
Mhm.
big deal. Hopefully we'll see him soon, you know, but the new work schedule's been a little tough for some people. It's hard to get the EU
Yeah.
people on when we start so late.
Mhm.
But
I'd
you know,
say so.
we do what we can, we do what we can.
Oh, there's a Texan. Hello.
Oh,
Texan,
Howdy.
hello. Hey. Also Texan, hello.
Who's the fake redhead? Well, that's her name is right below her.
God, that's a,
It's very
right there.
confusing.
You can see it.
I mean,
Oh, is it on Twitch? I don't have Twitch open yet.
That's a fun question. How do you get hair? How do you get new hair every week, Rosa?
Well,
Wow.
you know, I have this fun thing called alopecia,
Ooh.
and I'm a bald bitch, and I have lots of wigs. And so I just decide what personality I want that day, which goes great because I have multiple personality disorders. Not multiple personality disorders, multiple personality disorders, like plural personality.
multiple disorders of the
They
personality.
just kind of stack
Yes.
on top of each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it goes great with whatever I'm
you-
feeling that day. I just
And type
like
in.
that.
You know that Minecraft achievement for getting every single potion effect all at once? That's
Yeah.
that's kind of what she's going for.
I'd say that'd be a rainbow wig, though. You know.
Sure.
No,
glass is kinda
because
covered
that's
up, though.
all at once, and that's when I'm like really outgoing because my rainbow
I-
wig is like a
fair
Lolita
point.
wig.
Love
It's
that that's an
curly, it's got
option.
pigtails.
It's
Okay. Yeah. It's that one.
My kid is always begging me to wear that one to pick him up, and I was like, the other moms already think I'm like fucking psycho, and he's like, Mom, wear the rainbow one.
Well, if they
Pick
already
one of-
think that,
Pick one crazy color. Also, the rainbow one's really heavy. So it's got like
Ooh.
pigtails. I don't know if you know what like Lolita hair is, but it's big,
Yes.
it's curly,
Oh, okay.
it's heavy. So it needs to be like a cold day, otherwise I overheat because it's a
Yeah.
lot going on.
Yeah.
while we're on that topic though with the hair, you know, alopecia. I got familiarized with it by you and another YouTuber that I watched long ago because I was a Call of Duty kid growing up. I mean, there was a thing. I'd come home from daycare, not have my own Xbox, and watch Call of Duty videos all day, every day
Yeah.
until I got an Xbox. And one of them
There you
was
go.
an old school guy, that guy who camps. Some people might have heard of him. He's not the biggest, but he's definitely an OG, as the kids say. And he had his confidence shattered from bullying in high school because he had alopecia, and having his hair falling out everywhere was just, you know, something that really shook him up. And it's nice to see like the complete opposites. Rosa embraces it. It's a part of her main topic. Everybody who asks gets a full answer. But he eventually just stopped making videos for a long time because he just, you know,
Aw.
life took him away to different places. He's grown up and he's accepted it, and it's not a hard
Yeah.
thing for him anymore, which I think is good because I think there's nothing to be ashamed of. High school can be brutal, but I thought
Yeah.
it was cool that you can see the other side of that. And for me personally, I got the perspective to see both because remember, I watched him years ago, long before meeting Donna. Not even sure what he was talking about. Alopecia. I didn't Google it. Didn't know how to spell it. And,
Yeah.
It's hard when you don't have support. Like growing up, so I started losing my hair when I was like 18 is when I really noticed it. That's when it started. And with androgenic alopecia, that's about right. It's when you go through puberty that like your shit just messes up. And so I didn't have support at that point. So I still was like trying to grow my real hair, and it was so thin and it just looked terrible. And my mother was always like, oh, maybe it'll come back, blah, 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 blah. Never really did. It was really, really thin. It looked really, really terrible. And then I got married. And after a few years, I was like, I think I'm just going to shave my head. And my husband was like, yeah, fuck yeah, shave your head.
Go
and he
for
helped me. He helped me shave my head.
So
The first time I shaved my head, I did it on Twitch. I streamed it.
Oh,
the
shit.
audio
I saw the video.
It was like my second stream. The audio's double looped back. It's terrible. Terrible. But he helped me shave my head.
That's awesome.
So like it's so I can see why it would be really hard on somebody if they didn't have that support, because I didn't. I just dealt with the really shitty hair for a really long time. And then I was like, I think I want to do this maybe. And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, do it.
Especially,
Get it, girl.
you know,
That
being married to
works.
someone who supports it so much has got to be, I mean, perfect. Because if you're afraid of how you look, well, if you're married and you've found that person, then
Yeah.
you're not really on the market, so to speak. So obviously self-confidence, self-image is important. But like if you're married,
The
then
only person you're trying to impress.
the only person who it really matters that how you look doesn't care, then, you know,
Yeah.
you're
The only
fine.
person you try to impress reminds me of the other day I don't think
Jeez.
I have the picture of my phone anymore.
Uh-oh.
I took a selfie in the mirror, and I was wearing like a baggy pink sweatshirt, like just a regular crew neck sweatshirt, some like patterned leggings, blue socks pulled up over the like the bottoms of the leggings, and I just it looked terrible, and I took a selfie, and I was like, nothing screams I've been married for 10 years more than this outfit.
There you go.
Just picture the kid in
Stuck
one
with me.
hand, phone in the
Right.
other.
Kid, coffee, phone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long have you two been married, Crit and Shell?
We've been married since 2017.
Oh, you're gonna make me do
October.
math.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Answer.
Couple,
I know.
2.5 years now. How has it been?
Yeah. It's been fun, man.
Yeah?
We had an apartment together. That was super fun.
Mm-hmm.
We moved back in with my parents because
Tough times.
money is, times are hard. And also I want to pay off my crippling student loans, which are terrible.
Yeah.
So,
Get rid of that.
yeah. But I mean, it's been going okay.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's
I
been
know at
fun
least-
turning this office into our place.
Yeah. It's our little realm where we can hang out, relax, hang
Still
out with
got
a cat.
that desk wrapping around the side of the room and all.
Yeah, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna do a full tour of that eventually
of
and
course.
include some of the build too.
Again.
I actually just recently got a camera.
Oh.
I didn't show you guys this, but
Oh, fancy.
it was only like $250, so it's
Yeah.
not a DSLR mega cam. Casey Neistat.
Are you going to start
rollerblading through
making
the street.
videos of your projects?
I'm gonna start making videos of my projects again
Please.
because I have before, and I actually I recorded an entire project that I just did
Oh.
where I meticulously made a. You might want to look this up, but it's called a T-nut, which is a special type of thing that's used to clamp certain things for various machine purposes. So, yeah, I made that, and it was fun, and
should-
it's more interesting than it sounds because it's literally one single part.
You gotta post them in the Minerva videos section. Share it with
Yeah,
us.
I will actually.
Yeah.
I've got all the video, and I'm just working out how to do DaVinci Resolve again because I've forgotten since I last uploaded. So yeah, I'll start doing that. And
A beginner's
it'll-
editing
it'll be good.
software.
But I know
I haven't even used it
I forgot
myself.
how to do
It's
it.
just too complicated.
It's nice, but yeah, it is complicated, and there is a learning curve. But
Worth
it is
it, I
pretty
think.
powerful.
Oh yeah, no, that's the deal. It's like professional grade free editing software. DaVinci Resolve
Yeah.
is
I am all
Something
about the
to
free
learn.
software.
it's best when you don't know anything. Because if that's your first one,
Yeah.
because I'm locked into Sony Vegas. I can
Yeah.
accomplish what I need to accomplish efficiently, and learning a new one would be a wrench in the works, to say the least. So
Yeah.
it's just not worth it. But no, yeah, seeing some of those projects will be good.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've got the bookshelf showcase. I've got the desk build, which is what we're currently sitting at. Then I've got the lathe build, which I'm currently working on. That'll be super fun.
You're
and
building a lathe?
rebuilding a lathe.
That's
let
perfect,
me
because I was
see if
about
can-
to ask. Have you ever seen those restoration videos on YouTube?
I have, and they're amazing.
Aren't they?
Let me just show you a picture of what this
Okay,
lathe
all right.
looks like. Let me pull it up.
If you can send it on Discord, I'll be able to get a better image.
That's what I'll
Yeah, because the
do.
video isn't great.
No,
right now.
yeah.
Cray,
I
I'm
know
gonna
how it
need you to
works.
come to North Carolina, so that you can make Clark a custom desk and chair appropriate for his size. Okay, thanks.
I'll send it in like an IKEA box and all the parts. You just need.
Oh, I just have to
room
assemble
together.
them.
Yeah.
It'll say it's from IKEA, but really
Yeah.
he made it.
It'll
You know,
require
I
a
wouldn't
table
even-
saw, a miter saw, a jigsaw.
No.
And
I
it'll be
need-
just plywood sheets and 2x4s.
If you could make it so it just requires a hammer, I could do that.
How about a screwdriver? I can
I could do
guarantee.
screwdriver. I could do screwdriver.
So here is my lathe, of which I found out there's only 6 of them in the world.
Oh
of
my
this.
goodness.
So it's incredibly
I didn't know
rare.
that.
this
And let
thing.
me. Okay, so that was what it looked like, and here's something that I did recently to it. I attached this little part onto it,
This is the foot.
which
Oh.
yeah, it's very messy. So that thing right there is called a quick change tool post. That the new shiny thing. Pardon the giant mess. It's always there. I don't know how it got there.
So you'll be restoring that?
Yes. I'll be painting it purple, I think. That's the
Ooh.
color I've decided.
Purple?
So that thing, yeah. The thing that you're seeing right there is called a quick change tool post. It's used for like quickly changing out tooling. Very interesting.
Aptly
And
named.
yeah. The thing that I actually made in the video that I recorded was the thing that attaches the quick change tool post to the thing that moves forward on the way. So yeah, and I'll explain that all in the video.
Of course.
So you'll be seeing that shortly, and all of the visitors of the channel of the Discord server will be able to see it too when I show it on there.
Are we gonna get nice long cuts of just ASMR sanding it down,
yeah.
repainting
Oh
it?
yeah. It'll be very lovely, and nice long cuts of screeching metal noises when I'm
Bunch of B-roll.
yeah. It's
Have you
entirely B-roll.
Have you seen those videos of restoration, Donna?
They're
or Sid?
amazing.
Mhm.
They
Yeah, oh,
are.
yeah.
I got sucked into a
Mhm.
couple of them. A podcast I watched mentioned an anvil, and long before that, I'd seen
Yeah.
a couple of they're all popular videos. They get passed around like crazy. There's that dude who made like the dragon egg out of wood, but that's a different topic.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I got sucked down there was
Dragon
a
egg,
vice. Yeah, a guy's making a vice, and he just took this
Yeah.
muddy, rusty, just junk.
Mhm.
I mean, junk. You might as well melt it down and do something else with it. But no, he sanded it down, got it all, blasted
Yeah.
all the paint off, fixed it
Made it
all
pretty.
up, painted it, polished it, and it was, he
Yeah.
got all the gunk, literally the gunk, out of the works, and then he, screwed it back in when it was nice and clean and oiled
Mhm.
back up, and it was, or greased back up, and it was great. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was very satisfying to just watch it go from disgustingly and unusable. I mean, it was so much gunk. I want to say dirt, but it was really just crap that gets
Yeah.
inside of it. You couldn't even like turn it at all. So he
Mhm.
pushed that out because you got to tighten it to make a vice work. So yeah, he got that all cleaned out, and it was so satisfying. It was so
Yeah.
good to finally, like, I didn't skip ahead at all. I mean, maybe 1.5x would help a bit, but it was once
Yeah.
it got clean, it was nice.
I really
Yeah.
like those power washing videos.
Yes.
Those are
Yes,
fun.
of something like 100-year-old wall, just like it looks like it's completely black, and then they blast
Mhm.
it off, and it's like red like my hair underneath. Like, how?
Yeah.
I think for me, it's the sandblaster, stripping the paint off to recoat it. Oh, it's
Mhm.
just like shh, and then it just goes from like a different color all the way across.
Yeah.
It's-
You can do
It's
the same thing with
satisfying.
a thing called a wire wheel, and it's just like literally a wire brush on a little wheel.
Spun
And
around a
Stick
drill.
that up there with an angle
Yeah.
grinder or a drill, and yeah, those are fun.
Ooh, I love that in shop for the one time that I made that little plane right there. You can barely see. I got an F on
Barely.
it. Didn't care. because I refused to paint it. And that was like much of the
I got an
points.
F on it. I
Yeah.
didn't care.
Yeah, no, it was good. I have it on display. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Gave me an F. I made that thing with my hands. All right. No, that's what killed me. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but I left it as it was with all the markings and everything because I thought it was interesting. Everybody who was painting it looked like crap, but that was like half the points on the sheet. I was like, screw that. I am
Painting shouldn't
specifically
be half the
choosing to
point.
not paint this. I like it as a wooden
Yeah.
airplane with all its markings and everything that went into it. And he disagreed, gave me an F. I didn't care. I put it on display. It's a cool looking plane.
Oh,
But that sideways, it's not a belt sander, but like there's a circular sander, and I
that's a
love
disc
it.
sander.
Disc sander. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love putting the wood up to that and just watching it go all nice and
Yeah.
smooth and round.
I'll be
I
getting
watch
one of
Adam
those
Savage in his man cave
Mhm.
use that thing a lot.
Oh, yeah, he has the best. I love his entire workshop. That's my
Oh, he does too.
workshop. It's so great. It's just like the perfect level of messy and organized, and I love it.
The last time I did wood shop or anything like that was probably before most of your subscribers were born, and that's not an over exaggeration. I
Wow.
was in middle school, so I probably was like 12 years old. So it was literally 16 to 17 years ago.
Can I get everybody's age
Dang.
in chat? One number per person, please.
Yeah.
I'm curious
We
now.
mean it. One number per person.
Oh,
One number.
I have to say it. Yeah, no, people will be like, oh, I'm 15,
Yeah, they'll
40
spam it.
times.
Yep. So
Oh,
it was
no,
definitely way before Barry was
you were right on the
born.
money there, Don. Look at that.
There you go.
Jeez.
14 and
Yeah,
3/4 is
18.
very
Okay, so
specific.
they were.
Mhm.
We had some babies. Oh, and some not
A
even a
2-year-old.
sparkle in Daddy's eye now.
Two.
Yeah, see, most of them were not even born yet when the last time I did anything.
The 14 and 3/4 makes me think like I misread that as a percent. What would
Yeah,
that mean? What do you mean you're
14% old.
14%?
That's
Oh,
a
I know when I'm gonna
paradox
die. I'm
right
just
there.
14% through right now.
Yeah, you would have to know when exactly you're going to die, and then you can
yeah.
say you're 14% old. Which that gets dark fast.
Oh,
Oh no, I'm 50% old. What do I do?
Now, when you hit
Like, it
25,
wasn't
when you hit 25 and you can finally say, I'm a quarter of a century old, and people go, what?
Yeah,
That one's always fun.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't a flex YOLO. It was just. I was trying to think of the last time I did wood shop because they're talking about doing all these crafty things, and I was
Yeah.
like, I remember making so when I was in middle school, finger skateboards, it was the first time they were really popular.
Tech decks.
And
Tech
tech decks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I made a little tech deck skate park is what I did for my project.
Nice.
So I was thinking about that and I was like, oh my God, what do middle school kids even do nowadays? And I was like, they probably all play video games. That wasn't a thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I
fair
remember-
point.
I remember getting to school early to play Sims 1, the first Sims on the school computer.
You probably played Sims.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to play Sims.
was a good
Oh
game.
yeah, which one? No, just Sims.
Just-
Which one?
It was just
One.
it was just Sims.
Yeah.
The Sims.
I mean, there's lots of
You
like
mean
other
4?
crafty
No.
type stuff.
Those old people things. Oh, I have a
yeah.
PlayStation 2. I got a PS4. No. I had a PlayStation. Like, one. The first one,
Period.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cake Boss pointed out that my math was very wrong. I'm gonna be 31, so
Uh-oh. Little close. We were close.
love it.
even older than that.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when I tell people about playing Mario on the Nintendo, and they're like,
7.
oh yeah, Mario World was the best. And I'm like, no. Mario on the Nintendo.
Just Mario.
I'll
The
tell you.
original one. The
Let me
first
get
one.
this right here.
On that one.
Come on, give.
Is it plugged in?
Please come out of the wall, sir.
Was there a cat there?
No, it's not a cat. Well, I mean, if you could.
I don't know you
What do we
got
got? What do we
So
got?
yeah, I did. We got this recently. It's like the little mini
Like
Nintendo.
4 years ago.
Yeah, recently. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, they had like a sale for these things where they were how much? Like
I don't remember.
it was pretty cheap for considering,
Yeah. It's like
but
30
they
bucks.
were scalped terribly. As soon as they were like out, people were buying them and reselling them because they were super cheap. So we
They're
were
so cute.
Yeah, it is very cute. And it's like the original Nintendo with all the games, but not original. It's like a remake or a reboot.
It has
So-
like 100 games on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
one
it's
of
really
those.
fun. It's very cool.
I love that modern technology. We'll just send you, the console with modern hardware or modern technology to put 100 games just
Yeah.
on it. No discs, no hassle, just everything that used to be there. A little memory card can be like your whole library shelf
Yeah.
of games nowadays. It's crazy.
So I just got a Switch recently, and I was really
Okay.
excited when you have Switch Online and unlocks this library of old games.
hmm
And so I got to play the original Yoshi's Island, which I used to play at my grandma's house.
Oh,
Because I didn't have any consoles
That's fun.
myself. But
yeah.
my grandma had a console, and so when I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's going down.
Wow, her mic cut right on the fuck. That was like a perfect little Discord bleep. Oh,
Good
that's
job,
awesome.
Discord.
You know
You
what? I don't
censored
give up.
somebody.
Oh, did she do that herself? She must have
Yeah,
done
she
that
did that
herself.
herself.
I'm all excited about it. Like, it happened again.
Oh, shit.
Um,
Yeah, I love collecting.
Speaking of small video game console thing, Beast, you got that small fridge back there that I'm not sure has been really talked about since the last
I
podcast.
know. Somebody
gonna
asked me about it.
We have a match. I mean, I have a matching one.
We have its
So now
brother.
y'all have to get one too.
Yeah, both of
It's-
y'all.
It works, I think. I'm not entirely sure if this
Can I
is...
bring it over?
Yeah,
these
we'll carry it over.
pretty
let me,
cold.
Let me grab it really quick.
I should try one out just for the show. Let's
Open
see.
it.
This
Oh,
one
yeah.
is old. Okay. So if I can
Here,
open
make
this
it
further, you guys will even be able to see.
No, it's okay.
You can just fit little cans in it. It's so good. I've only actually drank like 2 things out of this.
A little shy.
Yeah.
Ugh. The top of this can has seen some...
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
And
That's
yeah,
gross.
he kind of just holds all of our beer. Yeah.
Oh, you got the little window on it. I think that's the one that Han had, because he said he had like a different one. So I think we got a knockoff
Perfect.
here.
I
You
got it.
have to put pink beer.
Hey.
of
Yeah,
course.
it's
Half it
pink
works,
beer,
I mean,
rosé
right?
cider.
Why, thank you.
Oh, that was for you. Okay.
All right, let's see. How cold is this?
Oh, that one was for you. Okay.
I thought you already had a beer. It's gone? Oh.
Fair. Yeah, it's gone now. It is very much gone.
I don't know.
Okay,
So initially,
Let me close this right up, and we'll have to fill it up later.
we'll have to fill it up. They each get like
okay,
1 drink
now what-
apiece. Yep, it's empty. That's it.
It actually holds 6, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you must have been low then. I'm down to 5 now. I've refilled it today.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's nice to have next to my desk. I'm without a thermometer. I can't tell for sure. I should put one in there, but I think our regular refrigerator is much colder. But the one that I just tried there isn't so bad. I tried to get one that wasn't from the fridge that I put in today, and it's it's developing frost now that I've taken it out, so that's a good sign.
there you go. Yeah, I had my old college mini fridge that I was
Condensation.
trying to use as a freezer, which was a bad idea because if you try that, it only makes your food just frost burnt enough and also moldy.
Oh,
So it's a
no.
terrible combination, and yeah, it didn't work for me at all. So it either worked as a kind of fridge or more filler for the dump truck,
Ooh.
the dumpster. Yeah.
That makes me
So,
think of the
Yeah, it served me well.
of the Tiger King people eating off the meat truck. Did any of you ever watch the Tiger King?
No.
We watched the
Yes.
first episode, and
Sig
are we
Sauls
gonna
tried it?
continue watching that?
I haven't.
No, I watched most of the first
Yeah.
episode and was like, I can't.
Yeah, still. All right.
No, we talked about this a little bit
I know,
last time
yeah.
that it's total trash. You need to watch it with someone. Because if
Yeah.
you watch it alone, you're just like, oh, this is disgusting. But if you watch it with someone, you guys both get to do the oh together and be like, fucking catch that. Like
Yeah.
you have to like link up with someone. I watched it in Discord with a couple friends, and we were like horrified, and it was terrible, but we were horrified together, and that's what made it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I got all the hype from a podcast I watched, just talking about the craziness of that
Someone said
show.
that in the chat.
Yeah.
So I was able to
Like
watch
the
through
best person in the show was the fucking mobster. Like honestly, yeah, I
They were
killed
so
a
good.
dude. I did my time. It's fine. Like,
it. Damn.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Alrighty
Okay.
then. All right.
Was
Fair
that in the
enough.
first
Yeah, moving
episode?
on.
No,
I don't remember.
Like-
Spoilers.
like,
Thank you
it's a-
very much.
You can't spoil that show. I mean, it's just. I could tell you
That-
exactly
it's
what
that-
happens.
It's that bizarre.
Yeah.
Just-
Okay.
I could
fair
tell you
enough.
what happens, and you'd just be excited to get to that part. I mean, there's no. There are a couple of moments that are. I don't know. It's something else. Something else. It's amazing how the internet just forgot about it though.
We'll
like,
have to get around to
I
it.
heard all the hype. I watched it. I enjoyed the hype. Haven't heard a word about it since last week.
I don't know. I keep seeing that bitch Carol Baskin
Yeah?
memes still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a TikTok for you.
I need to get
Carol
Dabule on it.
Baskins.
We don't get
Hilda
enough memes in our
husband
Discord.
Whacked him.
If you're somebody who sees memes, you should join our Discord and send them. We have a channel for that stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta keep us up to date, all right? I don't
That's
even.
cool.
How do you find memes? I don't even seek them out.
Imager and Reddit.
I
Yeah,
have a bunch of friends that are shit posters. That's how.
Yeah.
that's how I
Yeah.
see them too. Yeah, in our Discord, that's the
It's
only, pretty much the only place I see memes. I thought about this a while ago, and how like, other than like miscellaneous social media, I barely touch anything other than YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. That's like 90% of my internet consumption, and it's interesting. I don't see nearly as much of the internet as I think I do.
Yeah. I mostly
Um,
use Reddit and YouTube, and that's about
Yeah.
it.
Real quick, Beast, that's a pretty nice shirt you got on there.
Oh yeah, oh you like
Very
it?
fancy
I see
shirt.
you have one too,
Yeah.
Sig. That's interesting.
I
Wow.
do. Yeah.
There you go.
We have
Nice.
hoodies too.
Cute.
There's
My
a link right
shirt
at the
hasn't
top
come
of
in
the
yet.
thing there.
And from what I heard, there is a small one making its way to Rose's house.
It is, I hear. Yeah.
Yeah, eventually.
I don't know what the
Have
shipping
we
is
have
on
we
that though.
have we found out an arrival date on that yet?
You'd have to ask Ira because she would have the
Yeah, I
information on
haven't
that.
heard the shipping.
Well, I didn't know if
info
maybe
yet.
yeah. I didn't know if maybe she had told you when it
Oh.
was set to arrive or not.
She had
Are-
said that it shipped, but she hadn't said like a tracking yet.
Ah, gotcha.
Usually,
So
I don't know. I don't want to guess and be wrong. It usually takes a couple
Speaking-
weeks. Yeah.
speaking of my mini and new things for him, his computer is all built.
Wait, what?
Yeah, his computer is built.
You didn't ask us all for help.
No, I thought we were talking about like ordering or it's built. You have all the parts.
Well,
yeah,
that works.
So with our stimulus money, my husband upgraded a bunch of parts for his computer, and so between him doing that and me having upgraded through like the last couple of years, we had enough parts collectively that all we had to buy for him was the case, the power supply, and then a keyboard and mouse.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna guess just peripherals. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, literally just like besides the power supply, literally just like,
Yeah, the case counts.
the
You
perfect. mhm.
don't actually
Yeah.
need a case. You should, but
Right.
you don't need one.
You can just bolt it to your desk and you're
Yeah,
good.
exactly. But so it's built. We had to get him his own Minecraft account since he was on his own computer now. So we've
Bedrock
got
or
that.
Java?
oh, did you help him pick a skin yet?
Not yet. He keeps changing his
Oh.
mind what he wants.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that's
you can
gonna
just keep,
continue.
like a file of them, and then
So he
that
doesn't-
won't necessarily continue.
He doesn't
Well-
have a mic yet. We need to figure out how we're gonna do that.
In my experience, the amount of times a skin changes on a character closely relates to the age of the user. it's
yeah.
it's every single day as a child, and then it just. Some people do what I did, and then I used to change like a bunch, and then I was satisfied with one for a while. I was like, okay, I need my own, and then boom, now it's been like 5 years, and
Mine
it's just
has
hasn't changed at
been-
all.
Mine has been Ariel in her human form probably for 6 years now.
Good.
I've-
You get people
I
like me and
haven't
Jaffe, where we're
touched
just set. That skin never ever needs to change.
Yeah, no, it's good. I haven't found
I've only
anything
ever had the
better. It's
one.
fine.
Sigs is good
I
too.
recently got a Minecraft account for Michelle, and we haven't picked out a skin yet.
Oh.
Also, we need to work out exactly how to make the settings, FOV settings, so it's not painful
can
on the eyes or so.
figure
so,
that out.
Normal?
Why
Yeah.
I get
Mhm.
easily nauseous.
FOV
Yeah.
just set to normal is good.
I play on 95.
Okay. Yeah, we might be able to try either of those two things, but like the same thing happened with Portal.
Normal 70.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll work it out though. I think
Oh.
Yeah.
it'll be fun. Right now though,
I mean,
we're playing Stardew Valley together, and that's one of the best games ever. And we've been playing with one of my friends from the army and such, and yeah, I just got him into that game, and he is obsessed with it. Like every single day, he sends me messages about all the adventures he has.
I will say, for one, real quick, about Minecraft Field of View. It is all personal preference, and I totally respect that and everything. But if you use Quake Pro, there is something fucking wrong with you.
You're a sociopath.
Looks disgusting.
It's like you can see mostly behind yourself. Remember that old bug in Minecraft where you could, like, if you moved fast enough, you could see upside down?
Was that related to speed or FOV?
It was related to both. You had to set it to Quake Pro.
Speed. Yeah. Speed does adjust the field of view whenever you hit a speed effect.
So in that case, I believe it was FOV, because I remember that old Captain Sparkle's modded Let's Play. That's where I found out about this. He had some boots that were like just stupid, as modded tends to be, and the FOV, it might have been the speed increasing as FOV. Regardless, the speed on those boots were so high that it just went upside down. Like everything was upside down. It was amazing. It was stupid. It was just like you could see everything. Oh, that was good. That was good. But did they patch that then?
Oh yeah, totally. It's
so fast I can see into the future.
I think at any speed you go at, it's completely patched. So you won't go upside down.
Darn.
You won't go into hyperspace or whatever it is.
Was that
Whale poo.
Crazy Craft? Was he playing Crazy Craft and he had the boots from the Flash? Like from the superhero The Flash?
No. He was in different dimensions.
But it was from the superhero mod. Yeah.
I don't believe so. That might have had. Okay, there might be. This is crazy, but there might be 2 boots in 2 different mods that increase your speed.
No.
It could happen.
Possibility.
It's a thing. I don't want to be the guy to say it, but I have to.
Crazy talk.
I know.
In Stardew Valley, the coffee is the best thing in the game because you can move way faster with coffee.
See, what you want to do though is just go into the console and just put that effect on constant so that you don't have to stop and drink the coffee.
That's a good idea. You make the triple espresso and you got like what, 8 minutes of it? 8 minutes of coffee. I mean, that's a bargain right there.
How long is the day-night cycle in that game?
I don't know. You were playing it just a bit ago.
You two are supposed to be my experts.
I know. I'm sorry.
I've
Okay.
never counted. It's like a black hole of time.
Did I get Stardew Valley for someone recently?
Is there a nighttime for Stardew?
Yeah, there is a nighttime, but you like pass out
You have to
after
go to
2
sleep.
a.m.
Yeah.
I'm seeing 20 minutes.
You play Stardew, Rosa?
I hate the bedtime.
You play Stardew?
I have.
Okay.
Not recently, but I have.
It's been getting frequent updates, which is nice. So yeah, it's fun.
I was playing it with some people, with some friends, but one of our friends just stayed on like all the time. So when I would get on, the farm was so advanced. Like I didn't know what was going on because it was my first time playing. Right.
Yeah.
And because I thought it was gonna be like a nice slow yay.
Yeah.
Because like I've talked about before, like in Minecraft, my favorite thing to do.
Minecraft.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do is to literally set up a farm and like let everyone else do like the crazy mining, crafting. I'm like, oh, come back to me and I'll give you some baked potatoes. Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
So when I was playing Stardew Valley, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna plant shit and I'm gonna do the things to get more different seeds.
And that's literally the point of Stardew Valley.
Right. And then I came back and he's like, this goes here and this goes here and then we have to water these and then we have to, and I was like,
no.
I just wanted to farm some stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
And I'll tell you,
some stuff.
I'm kind of guilty of like pushing to the end
No,
game
most
of
people
Stardew
are.
Valley.
Yes.
And I don't mean to, and I'm sorry. Because like I don't know, I just rush things. And with our mutual friends, he might be on at some point later in the future. He's cool. But yeah, we've been playing like a shared world together. And the only time that we play that world is when we're all there, all playing together.
That's the way to
and
do
like
it.
last night, we stayed up till like old people bedtime, like 12
Like 8
or so.
o'clock? Oh, I see.
The
No.
night before.
Yeah, the night before we stayed up until like 2 a.m.
Yeah. almost
just playing Stardew Valley for how
was
many
great.
hours? It was so great.
Crazy kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done that in years where I've just stayed up playing a video game. It was so nice.
It's like 2 teens.
It was liberating, to be honest.
Right?
I have missed that, you know, just being able to like stay up all night just playing some game. I'm jealous. I am jealous.
It's fun.
I got caught up on Westworld last night.
Oh.
Me and
Oh.
my friend Arturo had been watching it, and we were behind, so our friend had gotten us hooked on it. We'd watched like the first 3 episodes of the 3rd season. So we started episode 1.
Yeah.
We blasted through the 1st season, and then we just blasted through the 2nd season, and we're like, okay, now we're gonna catch up. He and I both suffer from pretty severe insomnia, so we just kept watching episodes, and we didn't realize how many episodes we had watched until another friend had popped into Discord and was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing up?" And we're, "Oh, we're just watching some, Westworld." And he's like, "Oh, what episode are you on?" And I look,
12.
7. And he's like, "That's the one that came out tonight." And I was like,
Oh no, there's no more.
"There's,
Yeah.
you think we're gonna have to make a different show for a week?"
Yeah.
Wait,
That's the
Yeah.
worst
was this
feeling.
all in one session?
We definitely watched like 5 episodes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, 'cause there are a lot of episodes. You guys made some serious progress then.
No,
Yeah.
but this was all over like a week and a half. 2.
Okay.
Because
that makes
when
sense.
did you give a week and a half, 2 weeks? Sig,
Dang.
when did you give me that information?
That was the 21st.
21st. So it was all over the last week.
Dang.
The last 6 days.
Well, we're counting today.
It was-
Last 5 days.
Have you seen episode 7?
No, we're not cut up.
Oh, we need to watch that.
I'm not
Is that
either.
something we could do tonight?
Like I said,
Okay. We're
Well,
watching
me and
that
my friend-
episode tonight, so
Okay, I'm gonna hold
me
you
and
to
my
that.
friend Arturo
yeah.
are
Okay,
like,
fine.
we're severe insomniacs. So we're like
Yeah.
insomniac buddies. I'll message him on Facebook at like 2 a.m. I'll be like, "You want to watch a show?" And he's like, "Yeah!" Because
Yeah.
when you're an extreme insomniac and you don't sleep, you're used to just kind of like sitting by yourself in the middle of the night. So when you find another person who doesn't sleep, you're like, "I get to hang out with someone while I'm not sleeping."
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It
it's
is
a
kind
good
of
way
nice
to-
just being by yourself sometimes, but
Right.
I don't know. I do like being with Michelle late at night, playing games together. It is fun.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, that's a great way to burn through a show. Company makes
Yeah.
it so much better. I mean, just so
Definitely.
much better.
I don't think I would even really watch television at all or any sort of show if it wasn't for Michelle. Like I don't know. I wouldn't watch shows. So yeah, we watch shows together. It's fun.
That's
You
good.
watch
I
shows?
Sometimes.
I didn't
Maybe
watch
find
as
a
much
place
shows as I've been watching until the quarantine because
Mhm.
as we've talked about before, the quarantine isn't that big of a difference for me because I couldn't go outside and I had to wear masks before the quarantine.
Yeah.
And so since the quarantine, all of you people have to live my lifestyle and you guys are bored and like so what a lot of people want to do is like watch shows together in Discord. At least a lot of my friends have been doing that a lot lately. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, people who are stuck with me, like I'm gonna be sad when the quarantine ends and everybody goes back to having like normal lives. And I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll see you guys in the winter because I can't go outside until winter. Bye.
Oh, I know that feeling. I know it.
Yeah.
You can only
'Cause
go outside like 2 months of the year. It's
'Cause
fine.
I've always been like not so much an insomniac, just like a really, I don't know. I am going until I stop, and normally
Yeah.
that means I'm up for like if you're supposed to sleep after 16 hours, 17, 18, 19 is very regular. So to find somebody who's just up for those time frames, it's great. And like in breaks during school, that was always the same thing. Suddenly all my friends would have all this free time. Then here I am after school's back in session 2 a.m. Like, where is everybody? What?
Guys?
Do you want to build a
Guys?
snowman?
Yeah, guys, come on.
Come on. Wants to build a Minecraft snowman. No.
But it's nice when you find someone who can like actually add to the show you're watching and enjoy it with you.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. We've watched movies quite a bit in the Discord recently, but people are afraid to talk. They think they can't speak during a movie. A lot of people just mute and like quietly enjoy it together, and that somehow makes it worse for me.
I'll tell you, that was kind of me when I watched the episode of Breaking Bad with you, because I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, that was
I don't know,
one
it felt like it
time.
was
There's 3 of
interrupting.
us. It was a little
But, yeah.
Right.
right. But you know, with the movies, I mean, it makes sense. It can get a little much, but it's, you know, it's better if someone can make a funny comment here and there, or you know.
Well,
It was like, oh, he threw a pizza on the roof.
like we
Yeah.
we watched what was it, Snowpiercer
Mm-hmm.
together, like as a group. There was like 5 or 6 of us in the call, and the only trouble really with talking during the movie was making sure that nobody talked over like important dialogue.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't remember that
beyond
happening. I remember that being a
Yeah.
very good experience.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of the best ones we've had, though, was where that was not an issue. Nobody really ever talked over the dialogue. And I mean, yeah, at one point it was hard enough for me to hear what they were saying because of just the sounds of the train and shit, that I asked you to turn on the subtitles, and that was just such a shit show.
Yeah.
Because the subtitles were so way off.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
They were out of
You know,
sync and inaccurate.
Yeah. Like they were the
That's
wrong
weird.
words sometimes.
And they were necessary because people spoke a different language at parts, and it was just
Yeah.
Very confusing.
no. But that group specifically, I remember who it was very active. I mean, we'd been talking every day for weeks. I mean,
Mhm.
so that kind of thing is tough when the rapport is unestablished, but we'll get there. I'm gonna keep doing Minerva movie nights. It's a fun thing to do.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, no. I watched Wayne's World recently, and that was unannounced and the end of the night, but
That was vodka.
everybody who joined me was tired,
Yeah.
and I don't think much more of a word was spoken the whole time. Got some chuckles out of
Speaking of that,
Akova and
though,
I.
Yeah, we haven't seen that show together.
Did
Or
you actually enjoy
separately,
the movie?
actually.
Beast?
Wayne's World? Yeah. It was even better than I remembered as a kid. It was like
Yeah.
a couple of jokes I didn't quite I didn't quite get as a kid.
Yeah.
Like when they were
I'm sure
ordering
we'll get around to
Chinese
watching
food,
it.
and Wayne was like, tell him I like the cream of some young guy. And I was like, oh. But the show is so goofy that as soon as he said it, he was like, and him and Garth were
Yeah.
like chuckling about it. It was like, oh, and it's so like meant to be stupid. Oh, it's good. It's good. I'm gonna watch Wayne's World too. That was funny. It was exactly my kind of humor of saying something so stupid and then like knowing you did it and just laughing along. Oh man.
Yeah.
And this is just the way that movie portrays itself. Like those people, those characters are just so silly. If you've never seen Wayne's
Yeah, I
World, it's
haven't
something to
seen
look
it
Oh,
into.
when he's wearing all the Adidas gear and he like kicks back and he's like, I can't see how somebody would just sell out like that, man.
Yeah. Really not my kind of thing, you
He's
know?
just
And then like
not,
just
you know.
holds up a Doritos bag full face and then takes a bite and goes, yum, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They did do a whole scene about that, and it's great. And I wonder if those are real paid advertisements. Like that's one scene is like, oh, they helped pay for the movie. I bet they are. I mean, it totally worked. Maybe I want some Doritos.
I could go for some Doritos right
speaking
now.
of product placement.
Oh,
I remember not that long ago that they had a big to-do about like Heineken, I believe it was, the beer company Heineken, paying to be product placed in the James Bond film.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And that they didn't even want him to drink his signature like shaken not stirred, like they wanted him to be drinking a Heineken or whatever.
That's
And it was like, what the fuck? You can't just
Yeah.
change the whole character for that.
That's like essential James. That literally
Let's be
is
honest,
James
no one's
Bond.
at a high class event or club being like, yeah,
Yeah.
give me a Heineken.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody
No.
wearing a tuxedo is buying a fucking Heineken. I don't care who
Yeah.
you are.
And even if he's
You
getting
can-
like the drink you mentioned, it's not like you're advertising somebody else. Just have him drink
Yeah.
a Heineken elsewhere in the movie.
Multiple other places he can drink a Heineken. Just, you have to let him at least have that one shot of the shaken not
Yeah.
stirred. That's a classic Bond line.
Mhm.
you know, and for them to say they didn't want that to happen as a
I'm curious.
fucking.
Did that go through? Did he end up getting?
I really don't remember exactly, but
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they completely cut the line because Heineken pitched a big bitch about it.
I mean, you could
Wow.
have a shaken and not stirred Heineken, but it would just be flat. I mean, it would essentially taste the same as a regular Heineken. It would just like water and
Less
slight
fizzy
lime.
or way more fizzy. Depends on how quickly
Yeah.
you drink it after.
No, it was good. A nice little callback to Wayne's World because those guys act so differently than anybody I ever see in the modern era. Like everybody's frozen. Is it me or Discord? Am I still live? The bitrate's okay. Can I reconnect?
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh, that's
no!
important.
Oh no! And it rearranged.
Oh,
no.
lovely. And my
Oh, no.
camera's no longer working because why would it?
Oh god, why?
no!
Wow.
Oh.
Alright, let's see if I can get my camera working here.
Look, I'm
It's
Crit and
activated.
Oh.
Shell.
We were doing so
Where are
well.
we now?
No, I mean it was.
It
We're
goes with the
beasts.
personality disorder.
What's
Yay.
going on here? Am I going for? Which one am
Now we
I?
have to talk like.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're Sig.
Well, Wayne's
Rosa
World and
Donna.
all. No.
Really?
I guess we'll have
Wayne's
to-
World, Wayne's World, Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Wayne's
well,
World.
What is this? Every time that the stream does this fuck up,
Yeah.
I end up in the spot where Rosa was.
Yeah, you
What happened
honestly
there?
need
Why is
your
that a
own red
thing?
wig.
I
so-
was about to say we need to get you a wig. So
Yeah.
every time it goes into Rosa Donna, you just
Well,
reach
just
to the
Throw the
side and
wig
just
on.
yeah.
I mean, all we need is a Pringles can, and we're good. Oh no, beer.
okay.
Oh, he's back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna pretend
and
like
we're
I
back to
solved
normal.
something instead of me just forgetting to turn my camera back on.
Okay.
I
Here I
see.
did this last podcast too. I'm like
Hello, you-
unplugging it, plugging it back
We're
in.
back
Why is it
from
not working? Then
commercials.
realizing that when I
Yeah.
reconnected, I had to turn the camera back
Tell it.
on. There's a button there. I have to
Tell it,
click.
hey.
The camera button.
No, I was
Yeah.
talking about just going to a different time. You know, because like it's nice to escape. That's what I like shows about. And Wayne's World was so completely different from the way that anybody acts. Like they are
Yeah.
basically adult children in the 70s in that show. And
it is not the 70s.
80s.
whatever.
It's definitely.
It's like the mid late 80s.
Wayne's World again.
Okay, not my time is my point. Could have been the 90s for
Yeah.
all I care. I
I
asked
mean,
my
even
dad
modern
actually.
shows, certain things just take you to a whole
my
other
heart.
world. Like Letterkenny, definitely.
medicine.
I love how she's acting all old. I asked my dad, far older than her, what time frame that was. He was like, I don't know, 70s. So that was my best guess, but whatever, 80s. Point is,
You say far older than me.
got 25 years on you. I'm just saying.
Does he actually?
Yeah, my parents are in their 50s. She's settling
Okay.
down, like, okay, all right.
I guess.
He'd have to be. I'm 20 years old. He didn't
It's
have me.
Michelle's
He could
birthday
be
on
40,
Wednesday.
and then he would only be 10 years older than
He
me.
was 40, like 12 years ago. 15 years ago?
Yay.
I don't know, something like that. Her
Yeah.
age is so much a part of her personality. She's broken now. My point was like the little funny moments, you know? Like I quote so much from that movie that people never even know. Like anytime I'm like, game on, is when they're playing hockey out in the street. Car! And they move aside. And then the
I
car
did
passes. Game on! Every
Yeah.
time I ever say game on like that, I'm quoting that. And I learned a new one though
I
when he was
played-
choking on his drink and he spit it into the drink. And he's like, ooh, he shoots, he scores. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, Wayne's World was so good.
I played hockey in the street as
Yeah?
a teenager with friends, and we did move the net and say car and the whole thing.
It wasn't hockey, but we did that as a kid too. Whenever we did anything in the
think I did that
street, it
with
was
soccer.
like, game on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Because my dad loved that movie too, obviously. He showed it to me. We had both. We had the dual-sided disc. So we'd have 1 and 2 on the same CD. It was a whole thing. Whenever I wanted to watch Wayne's World, I just do
There you
back-to-back, 1 and 2. I know, Donna. I interacted with discs as a kid. We had a DVD player and
VHSs, though.
everything. I had a TV menu with a little remote. Just kidding. I had to turn the dial. No, there's no dial.
And Rose is over here with her vintage phonograph she bought herself. No, I'm just kidding.
I still have the slideshows for my favorite movie. We had the projector and everything.
Akoma talking about living in a cul-de-sac had its benefits. You could play hockey in the middle of a cul-de-sac and nobody was gonna run you down.
I was at
Good
a
idea.
cul-de-sac recently for a perfect Pokemon spawn, and it was great. I could just park at the stop sign, and nobody cared. I don't have anything more than that. It was interesting to me. And then later that day, this doesn't happen often, but another perfect Pokemon was in the exact same spawn. That's very rare. That's very, very rare. And nobody cares, but it came to mind.
I would very much like to address the fact that recently you have mishmashed 2 games that I hate into one stream.
I found out a way to capture my phone screen, and oh my goodness, camera, could you just stop? Sorry, I'm just watching.
Come on, camera, you can do it.
Colors. It doesn't know what to focus on. Maybe we're good.
fault is that?
Oh, I think I fixed it. Cool. So no, I found a way to capture my phone camera, and it is awesome. I was doing Pokemon PvP in the middle of Save the World. It was great. It was so good. I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull up my other stream and put us in a different view here, just so the podcast can. It was great. What's my recent one? Mute this guy. Cool. So towards the end, yeah, cool. So if I can go up here to this thing, I'm still learning there we are. So if we look at this, I was basically, you can see on the right, I'm about to queue a PvP game, and I'm here battling with my Toxicroak in the middle of a Save the World mission, and this went on for like a while. It was so good. It was a little laggy. It's never perfect, but it worked well enough. And Sig hates it, and I'm so happy about that because I'm having so much fun, much to his dismay. So the
My
thing,
chagrin.
I can see 3 of them, Han, or 4 gyms from my house. Yeah, 5 gyms from my house.
There you go.
And it was awesome. So the pink creature, that's a topic for a second. Just hold up. Why did you say that with the boys in the title? Another topic for later.
The boys? There's several of us.
Yeah, so
boys.
it came up because I was it came up because I always just pop an incense and I'm catching Pokemon passively while I'm playing Fortnite. And Han, and well, I'd wanted to capture for a while, but finally Han was pushing me. He's like, why don't you just, show us that? And I'm like, well, I can't. As I tend to, fake bitchy when I don't know how to do something. And then we just walked through the next 20 minutes trying to figure out how to actually capture that, and we got a pretty good conclusion. I have to use a USB cable right now. I don't love that because charging while I'm gaming is really bad for a phone battery, but I don't have another way to share it. Wi-Fi wasn't working with me, so yeah, that's my new favorite thing, and Sig just hates it. The double whammy of a game he doesn't care about, or no, a game he doesn't care about highlighted over a game he freaking hates, and I'm bleeping there. It's much more intense than that for him. So, but I don't care because these are 2 of my favorite things all at once. Because I've been enjoying Pokemon more, even though I prefer to stream Save the World. I like them both, but I've been really having fun with Pokemon. So to be able to do that on stream is just so good. So good. It was practically a Pokemon stream. We were AFKing that mission for a while. The missions were very good and required no effort. So I was playing Pokemon for the last hour of that stream. It was great. It was great.
Michelle played a bit of Pokemon, but I think it stopped at some point. But yeah. I think it was a couple years ago, actually.
Came out in 2016, so.
Okay.
Wow.
Before that, we were playing Ingress. I played for a bit and then I stopped.
You were those people, huh?
Yeah, those people. We were around before you guys.
Never even heard about Ingress.
I only played for a bit.
All those awkward conversations, It's like, oh, what do you play? You guys doing the raid right now? And you look at me like, playing Ingress.
Yeah.
What?
Never mind.
It's different, okay? I'll tell you though, my first moment of disappointment with Ingress was I couldn't make the tree in front of our house in our yard into an Ingress checkpoint. Yeah. So I was very disappointed with that because they were like, yeah, that can't be it.
I have a thing for that, but I want to speed run a couple of those easy questions. That was a reward from a carnival thing. Not carnival, it was a amusement park. I won that. It was awesome. That has a whole story that I'm not going to get into right this second. Ask me in the future. But that thing is huge. It looks small, way in the background, but that is a big room. It's like 12 feet behind me and is like about as tall as me as when I'm on my knees. So it's a big, like if I lifted it up, it would take a lot of effort. And the boys and Donna is from gaming. Donna always loved it when I was like, oh yeah, it's just the boys. Oh, and Donna, because it's usually like 3 of us and her. But with the wifey, it shakes things up. So there's just like...
Very confusing.
Not quite. Anyway, it's still a funny title.
That's why there's and.
With the boys and Donna and Chrichelle's wifey.
Yeah.
Good news, everyone.
Yes.
I just looked down there at the description.
Yeah, I used a description. You like that? I'm so glad. An hour into the show and you just noticed.
I just looked at it like fuck.
I didn't notice it earlier. Until
Yeah,
like
usually the first
ago.
thing I look at is the description, but I mean, fuck, I'm in this one, so.
It's still wrong because it's Chris wifey.
Yeah.
Because I'm Shell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Like the character from Portal. So.
Unless there's another Shell somewhere.
Well, the character from Portal, probably. You know.
Wait, I'm confused. Did I get it wrong?
Because you said
No, you got it right.
Oh.
But like, we come together in our channel to kind of form like a channel of Voltron or something, and like Brangelina, like I always say. So
Not that
The
again.
Wonder Twin Powers.
yeah.
I thought we moved past
But not
that.
twins though. We're not actually related. We're just married.
What?
Just had to
Yeah, but
clarify.
you just have the Wonder Twin Powers, the powers they
Okay.
had.
I just wanted to clarify. Okay.
I didn't say
that's
you
fair,
were
I
the
guess.
Wonder Twins. Jeez.
I mean, yeah, makes sense.
I'm so confused by that. I got all mixed around.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
I'm
Yeah, because
sorry.
Chrichelle's
You put
wifey is...
Chrichelle. Chrichelle is part of the name.
No, I did that for a
Yeah.
reason.
Shell.
It's our channel name.
I considered doing it Chris
That's
wifey,
where it
but
comes from.
everybody who's been around for a while knows Chrichelle as a human, as him. It was more relatable
You've
for me
been
to introduce
using
it
my
that
name.
way.
Yeah.
I would like to say for my defense, I was aware of me doing that, and I knew it would be incorrect, but easier for the audience to know what we're
For
doing.
clarity.
Right, make it less confusing.
I mean, my name can be a girl's
Skulls.
name, and Michelle is a French male's name sometimes. So
Yes.
it kind of works out.
If we
So-
really want
That
to
was-
nitpick, it could
that
be...
was-
Yeah.
Michelle was the little blonde-headed kid in the Will Smith superhero movie, Hancock.
Yeah, Michelle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's also a character in Gilmore Girls named Michelle.
Oh yeah.
Hancock.
Yeah.
Hancock says, "Call me asshole one more time."
I love him.
Okay, whip
Yeah.
second into this guy.
Yeah, Kova is someone who also loves to nitpick, is now saying, because of the way you two are
I
sitting,
know.
it's actually
I saw
Shell and
that.
Chris.
Yeah, which is even more confusing.
We're
So-
sorry.
And like we have to be in this arrangement because I'm left-handed, she's right-handed,
Yeah.
and if we sit opposite of each other, then it's just all
Let me
elbows,
just,
you know.
boom, there.
Oh,
And I
I had,
specifically designed the desk. Oh no! Okay,
There
I
you
guess
go. It's all fixed. It's solved.
Yeah, I guess.
I had that trouble with the left-handed, right-handed thing with my older brother growing up.
Yeah,
Because if my mom ever seated us at the table where he was to my right, we were just elbowing each other the
We do
whole
it
Yeah.
time.
all the Well, we used
Oh
to,
look,
and we
there's
No.
a rose and a Donna.
I don't like this.
stop.
Oh my!
I don't
That's
like that.
terrifying and weird.
What's her name?
Her name's Noza.
Make it go away. It's Rosadonna and Noza Bobby.
Noza Bana. There you go.
Oh my god!
I got a what
That
the fuck demon and an kill it in chat.
Oh, hold on. We want demons?
No.
Hold on. I got
No, stop. Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay, well that's not
I
the
don't know.
worst.
That's a half point. That's not nearly as scary.
Quarter point even.
Yeah, I much prefer Nosadonna.
Yeah.
Noza Donna is way awesome.
She's got like a special little magic thingy,
Fun.
which who could say what that could be? What app is that even?
Snap camera.
Okay. Snap
So
camera.
I'm gonna bring us way back around to that Pokemon stop thing because I was just having
Oh,
a
no.
conversation with someone. This is worth getting back into. All right.
Okay.
Without getting too far into Pokemon, this will turn into a project that's more interesting than Pokemon. But you can get a Pokestops, you spin it, it's interesting stuff in the world. And if you're a max level player like I am, you can suggest
What
stops
is
to be
max
added.
level?
40? 40 out of 40. it's one of those things where it slopes really high. So a 40 is like twice as high as a 34, and so so those players can suggest stops, and everybody can vote on them then. And one of the things that gets voted everywhere are these little free libraries we have. I think they're common everywhere, but I know in Minnesota there are a bunch of them that I'm aware of. And it's basically what it is. It's a little post with a birdhouse, effectively. That's basically the size of it. And then it's got a window, and you take out a book, and on our system you bring it back. Or you put your own book in. It's a fun little thing.
Is that geocaching?
What?
No, he's talking about Pokemon.
Okay, I'm sorry. Never
He's
mind.
talking about setting up just like Ingress, but with Pokemon.
I'm laying the groundwork.
I like geocaching, though. I want to talk about that at some point.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that, because I don't have any idea what that is. So what I'm considering is, there's a friend in our group who has like a long-running joke that he's going to have like the light post of his street name as a Pokestop, because it's right outside his house. And so he's trying to get people to vote for it. But what I want to do is what was suggested to me yesterday by a guy I was trading with. He was like, you should put an actual little free library outside your house and submit it as a stop. And I was like, this is great. This is so perfect. We've been trying to unload books from our house, so we'd encourage people to steal them. All right, so just put the books in the library. We have tons of those. And then...
I mean...
You don't need a permit or anything like that to do that, dude. I have no idea.
Just put it like on the edge of your lawn.
Yeah.
And then it's on your property, and then you don't have to ask anyone.
Nice little wooden stake with a converted, birdhouse with a glass window. I mean, that could be dirt cheap to make. And a little bit of wood shop. My dad would be thrilled. I'd make him do everything. I'd supervise just so I could feel like I'm doing something. And then submit it as a stop. And then, should that go well, I would have a Pokestop at my house.
How many books are we talking?
I don't know. Like 10. Just stack them in there. I don't know. 10 more.
I mean, you can like send us like all the books you have, because we can add that to the library right now. And you could if you want to. And just...
So, I mean, that make all the books linked to your best.
There is a Pokestop so close to me, but where it is positioned, I cannot just easily walk to it. So,
all right.
Can I see this? So it's like right there, right? So close.
Oh, wow.
On the other side of my house, right? Just out of range from within my house.
Yeah.
On the other side of the tree line. I can't walk through the tree line because I live so close to the gate. I will literally be approached by men with automatic weapons,
which is never a good thing.
I will be approached with PMO with dogs.
Even as a resident, you can't just...
No, you can't walk through like that. You have to go through the gate. So I would have to go all the way down to the end. It's 3 blocks
so it's
away,
so close but so far.
Around. Exactly.
Wow, that's brutal.
Living on base is generally a pain.
As you saw, it's so close. And if I walk to the tree line, I still just barely can't make it.
That guy that I was trading with, I mentioned, lives with a Pokestop just outside, like a gym within range. And sometimes his game will drift him away, and he'll just walk through a park and spin multiple stops on his way back. I was like, this is that would be so good. That would be so no cool. Lives in a complex, and there's a park right outside his house, and he can access a gym from his room as well. And it's just so I don't send him gifts ever. He sends me gifts because he doesn't need it. I have friends who are not in range of a stop who need the gifts.
My old hospital back in California, my hospital, because I go to the hospital so much, had 3 stops within the hospital.
Oh, nice.
And so if I sat at the one in the middle, because there was such bad reception in the hospital, I would drift. And so I wouldn't have to move, and I'd be able to get all of them while I was waiting. I miss those days. So I'm level 26, but I haven't played since we're out here in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I used to play when we were in California.
26 isn't bad. You don't get to 26 on accident.
No, I used to play a lot when it first came out. But now that I live here, and that Pokestop is so discouraging.
Do you ever...
It's so close.
You ever drift at all? Does it make you walk around a little bit? I guess you'd have to have the game open a bunch to even know if it does that.
Yeah. I think I'd have to disconnect from my Wi-Fi if I wanted it to. Huh?
It would help.
Yeah.
What do you mean drift? What is that term?
So drifting is a term for when like it tracks your location. The game does as you configure, but it's
badly.
depending on your phone quality or the reception quality factors. I mean, the wind blows right, so to speak. You just walk where you're not moving. And that happens at my house when I have those incense going, just catching Pokemon. It'll just walk me around, and it'll track for eggs, so I'll be hatching from my house. That's good. That's good. When I was trading with that guy yesterday, it walked me across the roadway, and I caught a rare Pokemon just standing there. I hadn't moved at all.
There you go.
That was perfect. So I say if you drift a little bit, you might walk over and reach that stop kind of thing. Yes, you can abuse that. Yes, you can cheat. Yes, you can spoof, as they call it. Yes, you can get banned for that. And yes, it defeats the entire purpose of actually playing the game. But if it happens randomly, take it while you can get it, okay? It's enjoyable.
As long as you didn't, as long as you're not trying to make it happen.
Yeah, we're not manipulating the program. We're talking about it could happen.
Working badly, and that's how you take advantage of it.
So that was my little project. It's silly, and I doubt the plan will. It'd be a ton of effort just to finally submit it and then just get declined. I have never, ever seen a Pokestop, like, in someone's residential area. With like, if there's a section that's just a block of houses, they might have a check for that. They might know what we're doing, but if I put up a literal free library...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put the effort in.
That might attract some unwanted attention.
And even if it doesn't get approved as a stop, you did something good for the neighborhood.
I said that to the guy who suggested it to me. I'm like, honestly, this wasn't his motivation, but to me, I was like, even then, that's a good way to get rid of some books. Or are you two? What is
that? Means gay sex in ASL.
I was gonna say.
I know, but I was just copying what Sig was doing.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I'm not even paying attention.
It means gay sex.
I was trying to think. This isn't that bad of an idea.
It's my fingernail. My fingernails need to be cut, and I was just kind of like poking myself with the fingernail, and it just kind of became a thing where I was trying to get them to hit right.
Yeah, everybody on.
So no one lift their hands up at all. Otherwise, Rosa will say you're.
I don't like myself.
I'll interpret it.
Either way.
Yeah.
Right, what do you got?
Geocaching. Geocaching is the act of actually going out into the world and finding hidden treasures that people have left for each other. Where you can go online and you sign up to the website and everything, and people put in actual like coordinates, like fucking coordinates.
No, Chrichelle knows what
for GPS.
Yeah,
and
that was actually my job in the army.
And using a GPS, you can go and find certain locations where somebody has hidden this neat little thing. It's not like, some crazy treasure you're going to find. It's like a shoebox sized thing usually with a couple of maybe small trinkets and a little notepad to say, hey, I was here or something, and that's all it is. It's just kind of a cool exploring thing. Yeah. And, if you're going to go out Pokemon going, you might as well go out geocaching too at the same time.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
As well. We'd be a little out of the way, though. Chrichelle, do you know why I said you know what that is?
Know what is?
Because oh god, I don't want to get the name of the cartoon wrong. Something falls.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. Yeah, Meteor Falls. Is in my head.
Did you watch that yet? Or wait, did I tell you to watch that?
I tried. It's not my thing, but I know that the creators of the show literally did that. They had a real life manhunt with clues and everything.
Yep.
I'm a little sad that it wasn't your
triangle eye guy with the top hat. I forget his
Bill
name.
Cipher.
It was the kind of thing where there was like a good story in there, buried under like really childish jokes and little pranks to make it.
What episode did you get to?
I had cookie in my boob.
I think I made it to the second one. I didn't get very far.
Okay, get past the second one, and I promise you will not be disappointed.
Because that's why I was a little iffy about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I had all these amazing expectations, but it wasn't childish. It's an extraordinarily mature show. I was like, wow.
What is that noise?
I don't know.
Is that Pinch?
Probably.
Gravity Falls is beautiful.
Our cat
Lots of people like that show.
You should really watch, get past those first couple episodes, and you'll see what's great about it. And it's amazing. You will
right
be
off the
crying
bat,
at the end of it.
Started making some comments. I was like,
I
really feel like an 8-year-old here. I mean, I get that it's a Nickelodeon show, a Cartoon Network or something. It's just
it is a little childish at times and a little bit campy at times, but that's part of the fun.
It is campy.
I'll tell you, campy is kind of corny and I don't know. That's how I would describe it.
I've never heard that term before. Okay.
Another show I think you should watch is Hilda. Hilda is amazing.
Oh, I love Hilda.
Yeah, I could watch that show at any point in time, but it may have the same sort of quality that you don't like. But also, it feels a lot like Gravity Falls, but like a mix of Gravity Falls and Adventure Time.
It's way
and
better than Gravity Falls.
Yeah, actually, if there's more seasons of it, it would be way better.
Apparently,
And,
Avatar's
like,
coming to
Blood
Netflix.
Friend?
yeah.
I'll tell you, in the past couple of years, I watched Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and was surprisingly, I actually enjoyed the shit out of it. I'd never seen it
remember
before.
when it was originally on, I actually really liked the show. I loved how Frankie was constantly losing her
Definitely.
shit. I could relate. I could relate. She's just trying to take care of everyone, and Blue would just fuck things up.
The Avatar coming to Netflix is so funny to me because, like, I already saw it. I don't know if that'll inspire a rewatch or anything, but Community, I've mentioned this multiple times on streams and maybe in the show, came to Netflix, and it has been awesome. Have you watched that since I mentioned it? Or has anybody seen Community?
Oh, I watched it long before you ever brought it up. I love that show.
It's so good.
I know it's where the Chrichelle self comes from, isn't it?
No,
Or
that's
that's Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
So this one
Parks and Rec is another
They're
great
similar.
Rewatching Community allows me to like already know the characters and kind of dig deeper, as so to speak, and it is just so much funnier than I remember. I mean, just the littlest comments is what it's so hard to remember the funny moments because it just sidelines you with like, wait, did he just? And it's like
the Halloween episode where Abed was dressed as Batman or whatever.
Yeah.
And Troy was just like, I have questions for you.
He's like, okay. I have questions for the real Batman. And he's like totally in character.
They did a whole bunch of outtakes of that specific scene where Abed just responded to random questions that Troy asked, and it was fucking great.
I just got to that. I might even click around it because that show, there are certain moments where I just had to rewind it. So many things were happening at once. Like, for example, let me just mute that so you guys can. So, like, for example, there was, in the Spanish class, he was like,
we're going to be playing Cat Rodeo. How long will
what
you
do we got there? It's a furry friend, huh?
Seconds.
Is it time for this portion? Clark's playing ABC Mouse. I don't know
My cat
if I
would
can get
never.
Buy the headphones. Oh, good boy.
Rose is like, I'm not going to get my cat.
Yeah, my cat is happy on his new computer.
Yeah, good pantry.
I never asked the specs on that thing. I know it was refurbished here, but don't know.
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask for the exact specs.
What exactly
I'll
did I
text
miss?
my husband.
Well, you kind of derailed it right when I get into it, so that was okay.
Oh, that's good.
Not derailed,
Okay.
but you stopped me before I started. But there was like the start of the scene was like little stuff like the Spanish teacher had notes or whatever in one of the episodes. He was like, yeah, somebody wrote something bad about me, and then like he listed all the things, you know, someone racist or whatever. And it's just like zooming in on all these specific characters that look like all. It's just so good. I mean, Chevy Chase is one of the characters in the show, or not literally him, but he plays Pierce, and he's just like so unaware of how racist he is, and it's so good because everybody else knows it, and they call him every time. He's like, what? It's endearing or whatever, and it's just.
I saw a clip where another character had said something kind of terrible, and then someone was like, oh my god, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. And then another character was like, give it 30 seconds. And then
that was it.
Something worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, Pierce will top that in 1 minute. He sets a timer.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about, I don't know, the two black characters, you know, Black Lady and Troy, and it was something along the line. I don't remember the setup. I'm gonna butcher this, but it led to a comment where he's like, "Wait, she's not your mom?" And he's like, "Wow, 29 seconds." It's like, what the fuck? How did he not know? Oh, and it's so good. Again, these are just the misquoted snippets of the show. If you haven't watched Community and you have Netflix, it is something. It's
Get
something.
around.
It's very hard to watch in the first episode because it's so cringy. Just like him picking up a girl that snowballs into them being in a Spanish group. But once the group is formed and the second and third and fourth episodes go on, it's so good. It's such a lovable show too. It's nice.
They took Chevy Chase's character and decided they'd see how far they could take it without it becoming completely and utterly offensive. and that just it made it so ridiculous
And
that it became funny.
they were able to
I think
push
it's
him.
because
Yeah.
Go ahead. The cast is so diverse,
Mhm.
which is why they were able to push it as far as they did, and they point out how racist he is. So it's not
That's
just
what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
exactly where I was going with that.
characters. They're like, you can't fucking say that. And he's like, hold on, why? Stereotypical, middle-aged.
Because when you say that, it makes you a piece of shit. Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
I was unaware.
Yeah, they pushed him super far because the other people checked him, and that just makes it extra funny when somebody says something abhorrent and everybody's like,
The fuck?
but like the things he's saying are like actually pretty funny too. So you as the viewer is like, yeah, no, that is racist, huh?
Oops.
Well, I'm ashamed for laughing, but that was pretty good. It's a very meta show too. Like Abed treats it like every single thing is an episode. And he's like, yeah, no, if this was a real show, then a character would just be saying something like this to just totally break the fourth wall. Oh, shoot, now it's over. And it was like, it's exactly what you're
Dang
doing.
it.
And I'm only on episode 8 of the rewatch, and it just gets, it's great. It's great. I watched this, obviously I'm a little biased because I watched this on vacation when I had no internet. So I just had like a season or two downloaded, and it was just, it was what I needed. It was perfect. It was so good.
Yeah.
We would go into like the little areas where we had little snippets of internet, and I just download another season. Admittedly, they had pretty fast internet for that one cultivated area. Oh man, that vacation was ridiculous. My dad just decided to get
Is that
something.
the one where you shit yourself to death?
Oh yeah, that was terrible for a couple of days, but that was a place where we didn't. So we go on vacation twice a year to the same timeshare we always have every year. But for this 1 week, we wanted to get up there for Thanksgiving, which is always so important to my family for some reason. And I asked them about this. I'm like, why do we care so much about Thanksgiving? And
Yay, Thanksgiving.
Point was, we went to this different place for a change, and everybody in our family was just sidelined by the fact that they didn't have internet in any of the cabins.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough.
Couldn't believe it. Like. It's fine if it's advertised as a getaway or it mentioned nowhere that there was no internet. I was seriously standing there unpacked or like still packed thinking like, can we just go? Can we just go back home? I have a pretty good life. Streaming full time right now. I'm down to just go home. Right. Can I do that? I'll take a car and just... I didn't go home, but... Yeah.
See, this is why I don't go to any family get-togethers without my own car.
Tell you what, though. I did bring my entire computer and a couple monitors. So...
A couple. Fair enough.
Wow.
I limited myself to 2. Yep.
Yeah.
But I did bring the 144 hertz. So you could play Bloons offline, and I had a terabyte of movies and shows on hand, so I was...
There you go.
Entertained. I had substance. But without internet, that's no Discord. Well, on my phone, I could use Discord. So, I wasn't really offline. I had cell data, which we burned through that week. With a 6 gig limit, I think we went with like 9. It was...
So the car thing, I will never forget a few, like, oh God, how many years ago now? Like, I don't know, a few years ago, I went to Oregon to a family wedding. It was my uncle's wedding. It was the most white trash bullshit I have ever been a part of.
I've been at a couple of those weddings before.
It was, yeah. And so I was staying in a hotel. I had my little brother with me. This is back when I had custody of my little brother. Not that I ever lost custody of him. He just is an adult now. So we were in the hotel, and one of my cousins was like, oh, I'll come pick you up so you don't have to drive. And I was like, no.
I would prefer to drive. Thank you very much.
I'll be there. And they're like, oh, well, there's not good reception here, so there's not great maps, blah, blah, blah. I'll download the map. It's fine. I'll download it so I don't need internet. I will drive myself. And thank God I did. So I grew up really, really poor. So when I say white trash, like think of Tiger King white trash, just like without the big cats. Yes. Yes. And so there was so much bullshit and drama. And this wedding was so half-cocked that I got there like like a day and a half before the wedding, and nothing was like put together. I literally threw this wedding together.
Holy shit.
There you go.
Me and my cousin Daniel, because like everything was half cocked. Like the person who's supposed to do everyone's hair and makeup like didn't show up on time. So I'm sitting here with my big old makeup bag, because hello, like doing everyone's makeup, like trying to fix hair, right? Which is hilarious that I always end up doing everybody's hair, because hello, bald. But yeah, so
yeah, but that means you can put your wig on a thing and do your hair from behind it, so your hair looks great.
You
know how to work people's hair.
I put my wig on my
else.
knee because I don't have a fancy wig head with the pins to hold it in. So I literally will drape my wig over my knee to style it. Anyway, But so after that and like to that, I have never gone anywhere without my own vehicle, because if I am done with shit, I would like to be able to just leave. Like you cannot.
Having,
I think,
well, relatively recently, not recently, it's been a few years, but having relatively recently been able to drive on myself now, there's been a couple of occasions with the family where I ended up in a separate vehicle, and it's been so nice. Like, if there's a thing that I don't need to be there for, but you want me for a little bit, I can just dip and go back to whatever I was doing. And that's been nice.
Like Sister Beast recitals?
Well, there were a couple of times where I was out playing Pokemon, and I was like, yeah, I'll just meet you there. I mean, works for me, you know?
The white trash, the trashiest thing, Rosa, that made me think of many years ago when I was with my ex, the one that I was with for like 7 years. We used to do like a New Year's Eve party out here at my house. I have an 1.5 acres of property.
A lot.
So we used to have a New Year's Eve party like out in the yard. Like nobody was allowed to come in the house. Everybody was party in the yard, you know, big bonfire, lots of drinking, you know, the whole thing. And
there you go.
One year
I know how to white trash party.
Sig, you're muted.
Sig, we lost audio.
One year my brother decided he really just wanted to wear a bow tie.
That was so Fonzie.
It worked. All right, sorry.
He wanted to wear just a bow tie.
Right.
Well, no, he did. That was the only thing that mattered about his outfit. He wanted to wear a bow tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't know how to tie a bow tie.
Of course.
Okay.
So I learned to tie a bow tie from the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
In order to tie a bow tie on him. You know, like you're talking about doing a wig on your knee or whatever, like you know, doing other people's hair.
Couldn't he have just Googled that himself?
You haven't met my brother.
Okay,
but
understood.
Yeah. Anyway, I learned to tie it on myself, and then learned to tie it on him, and the whole deal.
Right.
But we had what we called a dress classy, get trashy New Year's Eve party, just a white trash bash.
Love
That's fun.
We had an old big metal bathtub out there in the yard that we filled with ice and stuck kegs of fucking Busch Light in it, and had somebody selling keg cups, you know, the little red Solo cups, and everybody dressed up in nice fucking like, you know, fancy suits and cocktail dresses and shit, standing around a bonfire in my yard, getting drunk as hell. So that was how we spent New Year's.
Catch me outside in a ball gown. I have like 12 ball gowns in my closet. If anyone raided my house, they'd be like, "Is this a secret princess?"
Yeah. And one of the guys that showed up was not directly invited by me or my direct friend group. And no, it wasn't awkward until after midnight when, you know, the ball dropped and everybody was like firing off fireworks and stuff, and he pulled out a pistol and shot it into the air.
Oh nice. No!
And I walked into the house and came out with a shotgun and said, "You got to go."
Wow!
He got in his trunk and left.
Leave. That wasn't a request.
We just skipped to the shotgun. Was that necessary, or?
It was probably entirely necessary.
Drunk guy with a pistol.
Man with a firearm.
I live in the country, and he might be very drunk. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm taking no.
Someone else brings out firearms. My firearms coming out. Like,
America.
If that goes up, it's going back down.
That's what I was curious. Did that hit anything, or?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Likely did.
Live so far out in the middle of nowhere, it might have fallen into the field next door, for all I know. You know.
Yeah.
That's what you hope
people
for.
have died from that.
I'm gonna tell you what. You got a bunch of people out in your yard, and you just walk out onto your porch and rack the shotgun one time.
Yeah.
Everybody stops for a moment, like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's playtime's over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's always funny, the threat of a shotgun. Like, the odds of that getting escalated to that thing getting fired at someone is super slim. But I don't know. Drunk guy with a
Welcome
pistol.
to the country.
Yeah. Drunk guy, I don't know.
Fair enough.
You
Yeah.
know,
I
on
got
my
like
property
You guys-
with a pistol.
I was almost that guy once because I was chatting with a girl at one point who it wasn't anything like that, but I don't know, friends of a friend kind of deal.
I mean, it can be. That's okay. Sorry.
Rock
Sorry.
And it was God, it was either her or her brother, and I had grown up with her brother. He and I were in the same class,
Mhm.
and it was either her or his birthday or something like that. Graduation party,
Mhm.
I don't even remember. But I'd been talking to her a bunch, and I think she just like casually had forgotten to invite me, but because she didn't seem like she was trying to not invite me, but I never got invited. And coincidentally, on my run playing Pokemon, they were at the park that I run to. So everybody's there with friends of mine and everything. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
hi. So this is happening today. Again,
This
it's
is
not
a
like they
thing.
didn't want me there. I was, chatted, I think. I didn't get that vibe, but I left
Yeah.
pretty early after anyway, because I didn't want to. I wasn't invited, intentional or otherwise. Nobody asked me to stay, so I was like, I'm just gonna head back home, stream, and not be here because that was awkward. But I don't know.
I
It
didn't
was
like.
funny.
I didn't like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of fun. It ties into that driving separate thing too, or like because I had ran there, I'm like, just at any moment
I'll go
walk
home.
around, I can just run back and not be a part of
That's
this
an
anymore.
option always.
Yeah, I wasn't a party crasher. I was very polite, but it was.
Yeah.
It was.
You're a party slightly bump into her.
Yeah.
Ah. Sorry.
A party fender bender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. That's what I meant to say. That sounds way better.
That happens all the time because that's a picnic ground, and there are a bunch of Pokestops, so I'll just run there. And
Mhm.
I've been a part of some groups where I was just like, food's out, everybody's chatting. I was thinking I could just take a plate. I'll bet nobody would say anything. I've never
Yeah.
done it, but I've considered it. I was hungry one day, and there was food,
Oh
and I
my
was
God.
like,
That was my favorite thing
I
in
might, I
college.
might do it.
Going to a random event, getting food, and like, yeah, very interesting. Society of Mechanical Engineers, thank you. Yes, very much. All right. Thanks for the pizza.
Because I know,
do
like,
that a lot.
my family, we're very peculiar, so I wouldn't expect anybody to act like this. If we saw a guy doing that and he greeted us with a smile and said, hey, I'd be like,
Yeah.
grab a seat.
Yeah. You gotta be friendly. It always works. 100% of the time.
I don't know. And again, like, if you're not like the party host who invited everybody,
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know
not
half.
your prerogative.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like, you probably don't know half the people who were invited as well. So
Yeah.
I might be sweaty and in running shorts, but I look totally at place.
There
Everybody's
you go.
sweaty. It's nice out, right?
Well, see, that was part of
Yeah.
the problem with that New Year's Eve party one time. One of our friends that was, supposed to help with inviting people, he just put it on his Facebook and said, hey, bring a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of having like, a gathering of 30 to 50 people, we had 300 people show up.
Holy shit.
That's a lot. And would you
It's a
say
lot of fun.
acre and a half or so?
Yeah.
Was
That
that
is-
a lot
yeah.
of fun?
That's crowded.
I was sober.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
drink at the time.
That's gonna hurt.
So I was
yeah.
able to keep track of everything going on, and I was okay with it. But
Yeah.
yeah, there was some some drunk that a lot of people had a lot of fun.
You have a fridge inside of my mini fridge. No, I don't actually.
I mean, we could do that.
That'd be
I have a
I bet
drill
you.
and just got to wire the cord through and get some JB
Bet
weld
you-
in there.
I,
and
I knew Chrichelle was gonna have some way to do it.
we, yeah,
If you got
we can
Beast
make it
a
into
mini fridge that would fit inside the mini fridge, he would put it in the mini fridge.
It's like
Just saying.
double cold.
I have partial specs for you.
Gotcha.
For-
Got it. All right.
So he has an i5 6500.
Pretty solid.
Okay.
And then 1050 Ti.
Also pretty solid for a budget card.
And then 16 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz
That's just
RAM.
so overkill. I love it.
Yeah, that's very good.
16 gigs in a system like that is just unnecessary, and I love it. I love it.
I have 16 gigs in mine. And
This is
I'd
my
like to upgrade
child's
it,
first
but
build.
Yeah, that's good.
He's 4.
6500 is not
This is
bad.
for
Hey,
growth.
no, 16 gigs is good though for
It is.
Minecraft.
My 4-year-old.
Nice.
He's gonna expect more once he gets older, though. Just to
You
let
can
you know.
cap
the
It's like,
RAM.
hey, mom, I
So-
need to like 64 gigabytes. You know.
His build is just our leftover pieces from upgrading our pieces.
Right.
So as long as we
Yeah.
keep going down the line like that, he'll keep getting upgraded as we get upgraded.
There you go.
He'll just be a generation behind. And I see nothing wrong with that until he's buying his own shit. Because like you were saying, those are not bad for current play
That'll
for
work for a
what
while.
he needs to do.
Oh, God, no.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say so. I
But
mean,
what
that's
he needs
really
to do, that'll
solid
keep him
build.
fine for the next 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just got the 2060.
Mhm.
Oh,
And so
where's
that-
your 1060?
It's still on my computer. I haven't put it in yet.
So when you finally
Just
get
hanging
around to
out.
swapping, he's gonna get a major upgrade because the 1060 is hugely better
No,
than a
he needs
50
a
Ti.
he needs a different motherboard. His
For a
motherboard
1060?
can't run the 1060. Yeah.
Huh.
It's weird. I don't remember exactly why, because I had to upgrade mine or maybe it was for my CPU. I don't remember why we upgraded my motherboard. We'll see.
You
I'll
know
figure
more
it out
about your
later.
parts than I do, but
I'm.
that sounds. See, I'm really trying, sick. I'm just trying to bite my tongue.
We're in the process of building Michelle a computer.
No, I
I
just-
just got her a computer, like a
Just real quick,
keyboard and a
Chrichelle,
mouse.
I want to clarify that since you
Okay.
just built it and you seemed confident enough to assume that you tried it. Yeah, no, there's the face. Try it,
What?
Donna. I think it's gonna work fine.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
so
I don't know what would stop that from working.
Clark will get upgraded as we get upgraded, and so he should never be more than a generation or two behind. And
That works.
that'll be fine until he starts buying his own shit. And he is obviously extravagantly spoiled because he is an only child. He was the first grandchild.
Yeah.
We are comfortably middle class.
Mhm.
Our kid is
Yeah.
spoiled at the level that Beast is spoiled. Just chilling. I love the fake shock. Your mom still brings you food.
My dad's a good
So,
salesman.
Yeah, this is
We do okay.
Clark's level of spoiled. So he's not gonna suffer, and
Hey,
so
I-
when he has to buy his own parts, it's gonna be on his allowance, which I'm sure will not be lacking by the time he's big enough to earn an allowance.
So
There you go.
Earn.
I did not get as much help with this setup as one might think, because the channel's been doing okay. So at this point, I've been treating my dad to leftovers. He has a he has a double monitor setup that are just ones I don't use anymore, and that's pretty cool. I actually gave him my old mouse pads too, and he's like, oh wow, these are actually kind of nice. I could do with a mouse pad. He had this really crappy slim one he's been using for literally 10 years. I'm not exaggerating. It's got his old company on it. I think they changed names at this point. And
Yeah.
I was like, here.
Just to clarify, it's not the Selena Gomez mousepad that
It is
you
not. That one is.
You're not letting your dad use the Selena Gomez one?
I'm
What
not
the hell?
actually.
Selena Gomez.
I considered
mousepad.
giving it my old desk mat, but I rolled it up
Someone
and put it
sent
back in
it
its
to him.
box. So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to push too hard on that, but I don't see any reason a
I
1060 shouldn't.
I mentioned it before the podcast started, but I spilled salsa on my game mat, and so it's sitting in the bathtub right now.
Donna, do
'cause
yourself a
it's so
favor
long.
and just put that 2060 in as soon as possible. That is, I want to look up the exact numbers because it should be hugely better.
So the thing is, the reason I'm not in a huge hurry is I have been so busy since I accidentally started the small home business
We're
that
talking.
I have not been gaming. I
A
haven't been
graphics card is like a 15-minute upgrade if you are slow for a
I will-
43% improvement.
I
It's
haven't,
super
I
fun,
haven't
you
been
should do it.
playing anything. I haven't been playing anything, so I haven't.
That's
It
fair.
hasn't been
That's
at the
fair.
top of my priority.
If you haven't even needed it, I get it.
Yeah.
So this is like the longest I've sat on the computer, other than to watch shows.
Oh wow, really?
Because Yes.
You really
because
have been busy.
I have been so busy. Like I should. Let me see. No, I'd end up accidentally doxing someone if I showed you my order forms. But like, in the last like 2 weeks, I've made over like 60 masks. Like, and I know other people crank them out faster, but we do them custom order size, like prints, yada yada yada.
Quality.
So like, huh?
Quality over quantity.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, everyone loves. I sound so full of myself, but like I've gotten nothing but compliments on our masks. People have bought other masks from other people who are selling them in the area, and I'm selling them for super cheap. I'm not trying to turn profit. Like I'm just trying to make sure everyone has masks.
Make sure the material cost is covered.
Right, that's all I'm trying to do because I've spent so much on material, and then I had to buy a new. So like it's insane. But like, so I've just been like super duper busy. So the only time I've been getting on the computer is in the middle of the night when I'm like watching a show because I can't sleep. Because so when I have these like bouts of insomnia, it's not like I'm like awake like, oh, let's go play some competitive gaming. I'm like, I'd like to sleep, but I can't. So I'm gonna sit here and watch a show with my friend.
Tired enough to sleep without it actually happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Michelle, I butted in. Did you have something to add when we were talking about computers? Yeah.
Okay. Michelle said I wasn't starting it yet, but we started the process of building Michelle's future computer.
I got a keyboard.
Yeah, we got a keyboard and mouse combo. It's pink and it's super cool. And it's got like these typewriter type keys. Yeah, it's pink like that. I think there's like a white background or so, and it's like backlit. It's super cool. And I think it's like custom backlit where you can change it out too. But yeah, I would like to make her a computer that's better than mine. Because I was talking to my coworkers about this the other day, and he was like, oh, you should just give your wife your hand-me-downs and build your own computer. I was like, no, I'm going to build her the nicest computer I possibly can.
Oh,
she's my wifey.
I think my husband basically does the same. He gets my hand-me-downs.
Yeah, he gets what I throw away. Yeah.
Nowadays, hand-me-downs are not bad. They're gonna get my hand-me-downs, so that's gonna be a hell of a rig.
I was streaming, and when I was streaming, I was making income, and so I was upgrading with my stream income. That's all I spent my stream money on. Was like, oh, I need another monitor. Oh, I need more space. I need blah blah blah. So I'd upgrade, and then I'd be like, here, babe, like.
When you got that 8700K, I think I might have been more excited about it than you, and it was so good. That's such a great chip.
Oh, is this good?
It was better than mine at the time, so I just wanted to smack her. I was like, yes, it's good, okay?
And I remember I specifically got the same CPU that you got, Beast.
The 7700K.
Mine's, and that's a solid one. It really is.
That's what Sig's going to be getting.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that one. It hasn't had any problems. But yeah. I haven't touched it at all.
We're the last one out of that, aren't we, Beast?
So.
Yeah, we're one more down. We've been paying for it in increments, and we're getting there. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But ordering parts, I kind of want to line it up with a trip because I know you should probably get here when it's built. I don't want to do that while you're here. That's just tedious. But shouldn't take me longer than. Uh-oh, we're losing him.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Yeah. So it should take me longer than, I don't know, how long does it take to build a PC? Literally an afternoon once the parts are here, but I mean, again, not something I want to be fiddling with still if Sig's on his way.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying though is if you want to go ahead and build it now, I don't need to be there for the build part. I'm fine with that.
I did my own little bit of building earlier. It was funny. When we mentioned the Atari system and how many games you could put on them, it just made me think about how like that probably only takes like less than a gig, right? I mean, Atari games must be tiny, right? Or Nintendo games. But I
wouldn't even say half a gig.
Yeah, I don't know. They're small, probably really small.
I don't know.
Like when I got those emulators for Pokemon Fire Red, I was like, this Fire Red, which gave me dozens, hundreds of hours of entertainment as a child. This is like. It was small. It was like, I don't know if it was like 40 megabytes or something. It was just tiny. It was just like, wow. Wow, they put a lot into such a small game. But I guess when your aspect ratio is just, are we bugging out? What's going on?
Don't think so.
All right, sorry. All right, just making sure.
You're
So-
bugging out.
You're bugging out. So I finally got those 8 terabyte drives installed, and it was quite the pill at the beginning of the stream when we were talking about that, and I was like, oh shit, I recorded a whole vlog on that, and literally forgot about the footage until now. It's not that exciting, but
You said travel permitting. We've spoken to 3G about when he wants to try and make something out of this happen.
I'm thinking when the states open up and the virus settles down. would
Yeah.
be-
Well, as far as I understand it, though, that fireworks show thing and all that he wanted us to be able to make it there for, that's all set for sometime in mid-August or whatever.
that
Fireworks
could be
show.
cool to line up with. August is pushing it. That's when it gets chilly up here. Minnesota.
Yeah, well.
We have our seasons.
Yeah.
We
So-
don't.
Is South Carolina
But,
mostly
yeah,
warm
I
all
was-
year?
It snowed here back in 1987
Okay,
or
shut up.
89.
We had snow about a week ago.
Dang.
That
No,
really
like,
happened.
Seriously, the most snow I've ever seen in Charleston has been about that much.
Yeah, we
Wow.
got about that much snow last February. The most recent February, we didn't have snow.
Yeah, we
so-
haven't had snow in 3 years, really, or 4, maybe. I don't know.
We had, so separated by a week, we had like blizzard, 60-degree walking weather, blizzard. Because why not? We had snow that was just so sudden and over that it would just melt on impact and then not even collect.
Yeah, never even stuck.
Yeah.
So anyway,
We had a few snow days like that where it didn't stick.
when we scheduled
Yeah,
that,
you're-
August could be okay, but
You're getting there, Beast.
you know what? At that point, I was just trying to see how many words I could spell without actually like saying Twitch.
Ah.
Bexy's on Twitch.
Twit.
Yeah, she's on Twitch.
Pixie?
Pixie.
Pixie?
She's been in here for a little while, just kind of chilling.
Nobody told me.
I know. I hope you noticed.
That's-
Who is that? I'm sorry.
Bexy's
It is a friend of mine.
yeah, friend of
Okay.
Donna's, mutual friend here.
Gotcha.
She is where Donna gets the red hair. So anytime Donna ever has red hair, she's stealing it from Bexy.
Like literally, like scissors in hand, or just like
Absolutely. Yep.
I see.
Yeah, that's one of the wigs they made from her head. Actually,
Yeah.
kind of worked out that way.
I sent her Kool-Aid because she had never had it.
I don't know what that
Wow.
is in my chat, but I'm gonna delete it.
How
'cause
could you
that's-
never have Kool-Aid?
She's British.
Oh, that'll do it.
Is Kool-Aid rare in Britain? I don't understand that.
It's not a thing.
Oh. Weird.
Like you can, so they have stores over there that you could like specifically buy American food, but it's like at a like increase of cost. Where I could buy a packet of Kool-Aid for like 25 cents and mail it for another like 70 cents.
Did you hear
So, like-
Jeffy got 5 pounds of it?
No,
Yeah.
that's so
He
funny.
ordered 5 pounds of Kool-Aid?
Oh, he upped it
Yeah.
to 60 pounds, I think.
60 pounds of Kool-Aid.
That's
Yeah.
half of me.
That's a lot of
He
Kool-Aid.
said it was almost a full Natalie. Yeah.
Wow.
He bought the first 5 pounds with the intention of it going to his work camp place to, so that it was for everybody or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up not coming to there. It went to his house, apparently, like wrong address or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he realized something about how much he liked it or whatever. I don't know. And decided he wanted all the other flavors and just
Okay.
bought them in 5 pound increments.
Oh my god. Oh, that'd be
I like it.
amazing.
So
Could you imagine just like a
60
section of the
pounds.
kitchen with just like tubs of different flavors of Kool-Aid?
This is our Kool-Aid dispensary. Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be
You ever see those giant pixie stick machines where it's just
Yes.
like
God.
giant
No.
pillars of sugar that you can dispense into a
Yum.
longer stick and just like
Yeah, they have the 3
Yeah.
foot long fucking tube that's this big around, and you just stick the thing up to it like a coffee thing.
recently I got a cotton candy maker, and it was just kind of like an impulse buy on Amazon because it looked fun and I wanted it. And I think I'm gonna need to make some cotton candy next podcast because that sounds fun. But you can like put literally any type of sugar in there, like from like hard candy or like some sort of sucker or whatever type
Confectioner
of thing.
sugar, all
Yeah,
kinds of
like
stuff, yeah.
I don't know if you can you put confectioner sugar in there? I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna
But
find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. But
Chrichelle, how are you feeling about this?
yeah,
You look kind of done with his shit.
maybe.
Sorry, but
Try anything once.
Yeah. I don't
did
know.
you
if
ever see that episode of Malcolm in the Middle?
No, we haven't watched that.
Dewey,
show
the
yet.
youngest one, he got a cotton candy machine and didn't tell anybody and had it hidden in the shed. And he's out there making cotton candy, and eventually they come back to him after cutting away to the rest of the family for a while, and the entire room is cotton candy with like a pop
God.
in it.
Wow.
I don't know when
Space
I
in the
should
middle where
stop.
he's still working.
Yeah,
It's,
so
yeah.
imagine like the entire office filled with like crystallized stringed sugar everywhere. That's gonna be next podcast.
I want an office.
Spun
No,
sugar.
I want a house filled with popcorn.
Oh, like
Strange
popped
science.
popcorn or unpopped popcorn?
Val Kilmer movie.
Strange science, right?
Oh.
No, that was Weird Science you're thinking
Weird
of.
science.
And it was not. It was the Val Kilmer movie where they had the laser pointed at a mirror on an airplane, and it came back down and popped all the popcorn inside somebody's house as a big prank.
Why is the
Oh,
mirror
fuck, what was it?
necessary for that?
Because they were firing the laser from the ground, and they and the mirror was to reflect it back down from. Yeah,
Mm.
I haven't had good popcorn in a while.
real genius.
Yeah.
That ant, Carpenter ant, has been at that poison just all day.
He's like, should I? Shouldn't I? Should I?
Yep.
Shouldn't I?
He might be dead.
Val Kilmer. That was
Yeah,
Val Kilmer,
probably.
real genius.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so the ants have been getting taken care of by that. I haven't seen the sugar ants back since.
Probably all those Pringle cans. Just saying. No.
Actually, no, they are among the most secure. What they really like is soda cans.
Yeah, that'll do it.
This soda, come dusk, it was just... I couldn't even get rid of the can because they were crawling all over it. I started banging my desk until they all ran away. But no, that's what I was saying before you came back, Donna.
Icky.
They're all gone now. Wow, currently speaking, they're not on my desk anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
How does
They
that
have
ant
done
poison
some-
work? Does it bring them back and they just die? Does it spread to the rest of the hive?
Ideally, it works that
They-
way.
Yeah, they carry it back and feed it to the rest of the hive.
Yeah.
Because
And
whenever...
don't they?
Hmm?
Oh, sorry.
I
Don't they
know.
feed it to the queen, and that's what actually kills off the colony?
Oh, that would do it.
Yeah, because the queen stops making babies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And no more
Okay.
babies, no more workers, no more colony.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're talking about
Okay.
taro poison. It's been great because I put that out and it took a few days, but ultimately it kind of
Yeah.
stopped cultivating.
Got rid of that problem. Mm.
Anyway, yeah, that's holy shit. I'm sorry. Somebody just sent a picture of their house in Pokemon, and it was just like an absurd amount of Pokemon. Oh my god. I wish some people that live in these rural areas where like their house is like the only spot where the Pokemon spawn, and it's just unreal.
Yeah.
It's just unreal.
Yeah.
Like everything that could
one
spawn
of-
in his radius is at his house.
One of my buddies was talking about how Pokemon is out here in my small town. And he said it was just kind of crazy because he walks literally 3 blocks and he hits everything that's possible within range.
The rural players might
That must
not
be
have
nice.
tons of stops, tons of gyms, but they have their
But
perks. They have their
Because there's nothing
Signal's
for like
bad
30
enough
miles.
that you can roam.
I have 2 spots, one at my house and my neighbor's house.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
And like every 10 minutes it cycles to a new Pokemon. Ridiculous. Man, I haven't had good popcorn in a while. I need that. Like I even have like a little popcorn container just right there, but it's dirty now. I put an ace bandage in there because no.
What kind of
What?
popcorn do you do? Do you do like the movie theater butter?
Yeah,
Or
classic. Love that. That
Yeah.
I
sounded
always
weird.
like-
My wrists used to hurt a little bit after gaming when you don't have the shut up, Donna. When you don't have the position correct, you can really screw up a wrist the way I play. But I got better at it over time.
Plays like this.
He just immediately made that look of like, gee, I wonder why his wrist hurts. But it became necessary for me to put that on some nights, and there's no good-looking spot for an ace bandage to go, so I just stuck it inside of the popcorn container. It was already gross.
All right.
It was
Yeah,
already
I'm very
gross in there. I was not
confused.
going to be using it anyway. That's just where I store my.
We'll just believe you.
What is there to not believe? I don't...
Like, I'm having trouble visualizing this, but I don't want to visualize it. Is what I'm saying.
There's a mouse pad with a mouse on it. I use that, and in the wrong position, you Sig. I don't care. My channel would not be where I am if I had that equipment.
What is that, Sig? Is that one of those like alien mice? Oh yeah.
Like it's just
Those were like the mouses of the future. Those were cool.
Yeah.
Those target practice videos wouldn't exist if I was working with
You
that thing.
can like throw it at people if you need to.
What was that? What was that? The one time you were spectating me when we were playing hide and seek in Minecraft, and you were just like, "Wow, you can tell we're watching from Sig's point of view."
Because from a normal player, they look around and they might, pick up a mouse and move it all at once. For him, it was like every way across the screen was like 2 scrolls.
It's just like dink, dink,
Yeah.
dink. Yeah,
Because that's
funny.
like, mouse is at the limit, and then he moves the rest of his way. And I'm like, that is...
It's just, no, it's my thumb making it from here to there, and then jumping back and doing it again.
And that's
I'll tell you
how far you go.
I wanted to get one of those for the longest time. Then I tried one that my friend had, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I don't need one of those. I prefer a regular mouse."
Ultra good
Now
for
I've
my
got
couch
this-
for a casual gamer, and nobody else.
That works, Sig, and I'm glad you found something that works for you. I got a new mouse recently. Actually, it was $30. I splurged a little bit. It's got a little number pad on the side. These 2 buttons are what let me like spam click, super fun.
Boy, they're really
and I can spam right click.
That's not Razer, is it?
No, actually, it's Tech Smart, or maybe it's Tech
They
Smart.
really
Who could
just
say?
took the Naga Chroma layout and just fucking ran with it.
They don't make them anymore.
Naga
The
Chromas?
Nagas?
Yeah.
No, I'm
I
so
was really sad
disappointed.
about that.
So my mouse is a few years old. I have the Naga, and it I love it. I love having the buttons on the side, but it's been overheating lately, which is really weird. It gets really
weird.
hot, and
I didn't
yes,
know they
my
could do that.
mouse.
Oh, hey, did you guys see Michelle's mouse? It's cute. It's just
Oh
small.
my god.
It's an actual mouse.
Oh, but yeah. So I looked into getting a new one, and they discontinued it. So I was sad.
My mouse is air conditioned.
But yeah, so my friend ordered me a new one because she recently got some money, and so I was bitching about the mouse and how I can't get one. Oh, because my husband's power supply blew, and so he had to buy a new power supply. And so I was like,
Alright.
I gotta wait. My mouse still works. It's just kind of hot.
Yeah, it's a hand warmer.
Right. I just have to unplug it and let it cool off for a little bit. It's fine. Well, especially because like I'm not gaming right now.
Just set it in the fridge for a little while. It's okay.
Fine. And she was like,
Parts
which
of
one
it
do you want?
sparkle
I was like,
weirdly.
it doesn't matter because I can't get one right now. And she was like, which one do you want? And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that was the thing. So I ordered a Corsair one. She
I
ordered.
used to like that a lot. I never could utilize the 12 buttons the way I played. Like
Yeah.
if I
Well, I
wanted
used to play World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that'd be good, yeah. I played Minecraft. It was borderline unnecessary. I had
like it for the
1:9 on my
macros.
mouse. The macros
Oh.
are good. The Razer Synapse is awesome for making macros.
Hey, I almost killed Pablo with my macro. That was fun.
Wow.
In Minecraft, not in real life. I just wanted to clarify that.
That
we
means
need to-
something.
We need to do a and a Hobbs hunt.
And a Hobbs
A
hunt.
Hobbs hunt,
Yeah.
huh?
Okay, we can do that.
Hobbs is at number 2 on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
We need to do a
And
Hobbs
Hobbs,
hunt.
I don't know if he'll combat log, but yeah, Pablo will, so he might
We
be
should parlay with
unkillable.
Pablo to hunt Hobbs and then use Hobbs's
I'm
then.
so lost
And then
right
take
now.
down the winner.
This is in Minecraft, Rosa. So
So we need to have an agreement with Pablo to take down Hobbs, and then use the anger that'll stir up in Hobbs to then take down
Yeah.
Pablo.
but
Oh, you're gonna kill me, huh?
yeah, no,
Oh,
that was
trust me,
entirely
Hobbs.
true. Hobbs.
I'm
no,
giving
Barry,
you a
sorry.
fair chance.
Barry, I'm not good at PvP at all, so that's yeah.
Might be
I
a
think I
good
might have to.
waste time.
I think I might have to break my rule for the season though, because I gave myself a rule that I was only ever going to kill anybody with stuff like anvils and stuff for the rest of the season.
Oh, Sig, we
Don't
lost
Cut
him.
out
quiet.
again, Sig.
Sig, gotta be loud again.
He got super mad when I killed him with an anvil. Viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
That's
insult to
funny.
injury. I mean, like, not only did you just get killed, but it was an anvil. How did you even let this happen?
Well, he was standing there AFK on top of a mob farm watching somebody else building stuff.
Oh.
And in a chat in Discord talking to somebody. So he was just standing there. And I walked up, found his coordinates, and then fucking ran off and got up way up above him and dropped an anvil.
How's the performance been?
Jeez.
It's been okay. I've been having some weird rubber banding issues, but I believe that's all on my end. So
I should talk to Cody and double check, make sure everything is crossed over, and then I'll just cancel the other server.
Yeah.
like every now and then I look at my ping and I have like one fucking bar of connectivity, while normally I would have like 4 on
Yeah.
the box. So.
We're still trying to figure out how we're going to do Clark's clean server.
So Chris can
Yeah.
mention the word thrice and then misspell couple. All right, cool. Said he only died thrice on the server, and then a couple days later,
Cool.
or he died thrice after only a couple of days, and then 5 minutes later, he was shot by Dabule.
Sounds about right.
I mean, you
Fair
know, well,
Me, I'm just running into walls and accidentally blowing off my fingers with little fancy rockets or so.
you
So
just
yeah.
can't mention stuff like that, you know? Like 2
I'm
or
sorry.
3 of my recent videos are at 100% likes right now, and I can't mention which ones because they'll get ruined.
Right.
Actually, no, the Steam
Yeah.
Thrasher today got a dislike, so now it's 144 to 1. God,
Doing so well, man.
I just want to immortalize it, but I don't want to ruin it. Another video is at 190 with 0, and it's a very recent video. So even if somebody
nice.
dislikes it, I don't care. It's
Is
going
it the
to happen.
one that you told us about in our messages?
That one's still at 100%.
We won't say that one.
I say that's rare because I upload a lot of videos and they get enough traction to where I can get some decent data here. 99 or 98% is like my cap. There's always that one guy.
Right.
They can get
neener. Click.
10,000 views.
Now someone's going to go through all the videos to find it, to dislike it, just to
Oh
be
my
a dick.
God.
Don't be a dick.
I'm looking at a
Yeah.
video right here
I
with
shank you.
6,000 views, 258 likes, but 2 people had an issue with it. 2 people just had to be that guy.
Yeah. Some people just like to push over snowmen.
Some people just like
It's
to
just
feel bad.
yeah. That's all it is.
Oh man, it's yeah. There's always that one guy. It's just so funny to me. Cause like I'm
Yeah.
alright with criticism, you know, but there weren't any comments to accommodate those dislikes. They were just random. So like I can't see it as feedback. I just see it as one guy doing what he does. It's funny though, because a couple of them recently were at 100%, which makes me very happy. It means people are enjoying
Yeah.
the videos, no matter how many views they get. The ones who did click are enjoying them, so got that going for us. And it was like a so not to just drag this on too long, but I want to reiterate that it was a confident 100%, not just like 10 to 0, but like 160, 190 is a recent one. That's a lot of chances for someone to be that guy. So I was pretty thrilled about that.
Yeah.
Although I'm gonna mention this last one, the one you mentioned, Donna, just because it's the show. Our last podcast was 100% like ratio, so I was pretty happy, you know, patting us on the back.
Because people love us.
Right. You know.
It do be happening like that.
Yeah.
Right
Who
now.
was the
even.
last guest? I actually missed watching that one as well. I should have
hate
watched
to
it.
forget, but I did. I don't think we had it. I think it
Oh.
was the opposite, right? Jeffy couldn't show.
Yeah, Jeffy couldn't show.
Yeah.
We had no Chrichelle.
So we
we
had-
had Ira for
very
a little
sad.
bit, and then we had Griffin.
Griffin. Okay.
And
That's
then
cool.
and then it was just the 3 of us.
It was a very strong
Just
together
the 3
episode.
of those.
We
Yeah.
did what we could. Griffin was a great filler. You know, not a ton of commentary, but you know, just a great, you know, much better than a black screen. I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
That's fair.
participated.
There's a petition.
Even though she was
They.
very nervous. I mean, they. I apologize. I just stupid. I'm not mean. They participated even though they were really nervous,
Mhm.
and so I appreciate that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because it takes guts. Like
It
we do
does.
this all the time. Me and well, I don't do it all the time anymore, but I
You
used
could if
to.
you
So
wanted
like,
to. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
I've been getting her to
Just
scream
gotta
for
get
so
the
long.
graphics card.
Yeah, just gotta upgrade my graphics card. We've been doing this for a while, so we're like, yeah, get in the front of a camera, talk my ass off, like blah blah blah. Not everybody's like, yeah, look at me, I'm so awesome. Like there's a certain level of narcissism in streaming. Like I'm not saying like we're all like
Talking
terrible
about?
narcissists. You have to believe that you're awesome on some level to be like, yeah, people want to fucking watch me. Like, you have
Maybe
to.
self-assuredness.
So I've
don't
heard
know.
this concept
Confidence,
before,
but-
and it's tough because
Yeah.
it's like there's an inherent ego that needs to come with it. Like, I have
Right,
something
I'm
to
not
share
saying,
that
like-
is worth watching. You
Mhm.
don't need to be arrogant. There's a fine line,
Yeah.
but there's a part of you that thinks I have something here to share that people should or enjoy watching, and it's, I don't know, it's funny. It's an
I don't
interesting
mean,
concept.
yeah. When I say that we're at least a little narcissistic, I don't mean like the full-blown
Yeah.
diagnosis of like narcissistic personality disorder. I mean like the God.
I'm not a narcissist. I'm just fucking awesome. What are you talking?
Self-assured.
I'm not
That's what
arrogant.
that
I'm
is.
just better than everybody.
Yeah, like, I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's been proven time and time again. It just like
That's
doubles
been
down.
one of my dilemmas with uploading and such is I am at the point where I want to upload videos and such, but I know that like my current skill level at editing videos isn't good enough, so I don't upload videos. Yeah, it's problematic, but I
self-serving
think I just need
cycle.
to power through it and just upload whatever garbage I
don't-
make.
I don't make videos because I'm bad at editing, because I don't get
Yeah.
practice making videos, because I'm bad at editing.
Yeah.
You got to turn that
It's-
wheel. It really does take effort to push that forward.
Yeah.
Clark called. He wants his shipping number.
I thought she was going to make a comment about the aerial hair.
No, I kind of did. She said she wants her hair back, so I said, Clark.
That's good. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I love my wig too. This
Mhm.
one is
Try
just kind
wig.
of heavy and
Right.
hot, so I don't wear this one a lot.
It's nice to change it up. You know,
But-
it's like a new color scheme every time.
Well, like
Yeah.
I said, like I'm broken out right now, so I did like full face, but I only know how to do goth full face. So it was this or one of my 100 black ones. So this
Mhm.
one's prettier.
Hmm.
Sorry, Sig. What were you saying, babe?
No, I'm people to go to the problems tag in the middle of the thing, and I just glanced over, and it's once again somebody tagging for the 122 roll for somebody that didn't even ask for it.
All
That's
right.
that's what kills me every time I see
love
it,
it.
when somebody else is like, "Oh, so and so needs the roll," and it's like they didn't
Yeah.
even ask.
That
What?
ties back to my shockedness when I added that role for high power level Fortnite players. I thought the lower level players would be like complaining, but it's the dead opposite. They tag us regularly, mind you, to get other people the role. I'm like, wow, that's okay. If they see a 129 asking for help in the not 122 channel, and they're like, yo, hook them up. And it's different people every time. Like, it's a real community kind of aspect.
I think it's kind of almost the opposite with like the technical mind. I mean, there's some overlapping. I mean, but with the technical Minecraft, I would like to answer some questions, but by the time that I get there to answer a question, it's already been answered. So I guess that's not really a problem because people respond fast and it's a super nice thing. But sometimes I want to answer a question because I like answering questions.
Why does this section scare you, Ira? How does that section scare anybody? I don't understand.
You should try white.
Very
like the dragon
spooky.
chick. Do you mean Daenerys?
Yes.
And I have a very simple policy on that. I will try any wig, but you gotta fucking buy it. I'm not pulling out a pocket to fill everybody's request. You buy the wig and I will wear it. I don't give a shit. It's fine. What?
There you
Good
go.
mentality. No. Just gotta let them know.
Pe-
Hey. not-
People are always like, you should do this color. You should do this. I got no problem doing all that. But wigs, especially ones that I actually want to put on my head, because they have to have a certain cap construction or it hurts because
Yeah.
I'm bald. They're like $100 a piece.
That's an expensive suggestion there.
Right. So I'll do
You
it.
can't just go to
but
Party City and fill out
Right.
what you need.
So somebody else needs to shell out for that. Like I have constant requests for a purple one. I personally am not like that drawn to purple as a wig. I have no problem if someone sent me one.
Were you
Like, look,
reading
that's so
chat,
funny.
or was
Someone
that a
just said,
I
"Do you
was
have
gonna
a
say, were
purple
you
wig?"
reading chat, or is that just a
I was-
coincidence?
That was just a coincidence.
Awesome. I love it.
So I don't have a purple wig, and it's one that gets requested a lot. Buy it for me. Send me $100. I'll buy the purple wig that I'm looking at. Send me $100 in a color. I will buy a wig.
If someone sent me a wig, I would wear it all the time. but you know.
Yeah.
Right. Like my
No, I
blue
don't need a
wig. I had a request for a blue wig. Somebody sent me money. I bought a blue wig.
But Chris is willing to
Rosa,
handle
didn't you-
1% of the cost.
Didn't you have it as a thing on your channel on Twitch for a long time there that if somebody donated a certain amount of money, you'd switch to one of the wigs you have already?
Yes. Yep. That is a donation perk on my channel.
Yeah.
Because people always ask me to like change to this color, change to that color. For $5 or 500 bits, I will go change my hair in the middle of stream.
Otherwise, you'd be getting up every 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So $5 or 500
That's-
bits on Twitch, I'll go change my hair.
That's Rosa's Storm King.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you,
it's my
Aaron.
son.
She is.
Exactly.
How
Yeah,
about
sweet.
a hairless wig? I don't need a hairless wig. I'll just take my wig off.
The
Imagine,
invisible one.
like the wig, like attachment, but like without any hair connected to it. Oh, now you
Oh,
did it.
she's free.
It's hot.
Shocking.
Who's
Yeah.
editing her character
So
menu?
crazy.
Stop messing with it.
I just traumatized half the chat.
Yeah. There's at least
Especially the ones who aren't regular. Someone's gonna be new and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, what just happened?"
someone just like was not paying attention to any of the wig talk is gonna glance back and be like, "Oh, huh?
They're like, ah!
What just happened?"
Yeah.
Where did Ariel go?
What?
Yeah.
It's hot. All right.
One of these shows you should just not or try to avoid that wig or hair topic the whole show, and then just like midway through, just like fake a bathroom break and come back without hair, and just
Like, I don't know what happened, guys. Like,
Or just
it's
a
gone.
completely different hair. It's funny too.
I'm sure that'll
Yeah.
happen on
Yeah.
accident someday. Oh,
That
I've
would
done
really
that on
mess
my
people
main
up.
stream before.
it's
Gone
like
to the restroom, come back, no hair.
while you're up, just like I don't want to wear this, and then just not notice.
I'm good.
Or no, the complete switch to a complete different color would really mess people up too, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
See if they
Yeah.
notice, because people won't. There's been research
Well, what you
on
could
that.
do, and now I know what I'm implying here, like buy me it and all that, but you could get a green wig, and then like you
Green
could
screen?
switch- Yeah, you could get a green screen wig, and you could just switch to any various color.
Well, that would change the green screen behind me. What I
Oh,
would need to do
okay.
would get a bright blue one so that I could chroma out blue and then the green.
Would it work?
Yeah,
okay,
Okay,
that
color?
works.
Yes. I would just have to add multiple filters. I have a
Mhm.
friend who does it for his DJ stream. So he has a green screen behind him, so he changes the scenery around him. And then he wears a blue suit, and that has different graphics on it. So they're running two separate
If
chroma
I had to wear a
keys.
suit to stream like that, I would just not.
Well,
that sounds
his,
very
his
hot.
stream's already more
I kinda
active.
dressed up.
He DJs, so he's like already moving. He's
got it.
already up. So it's
Got
a
it.
fun
I mean,
thing.
It doesn't have to be a suit per se. You can just get a T-shirt that's the right color and chroma
Yeah.
key properly, and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like you're acting like it's some big,
Oh.
hard, difficult production beast. It's not.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know, putting on pants is a legitimate inconvenience at this juncture. Okay, so
I know.
Way too difficult. It's
and
asking for
completely
too much.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just not needed.
Business is waist up, not waist down.
Why is Rosa bald? Because someone snatched my wig off. That someone was me.
There's got to be some term for that, like the because I know that like news anchors do this too, but you could have like a streamer's mullet, which is just like an okay looking shirt and everything, but then like you got cargo shorts. Like
Yeah.
a business on the top, party on the bottom.
I mean, I'm wearing gym shorts
All the
right now,
time.
so.
All summer, I will have on like a normal shirt and then like fucking like yoga shorts. And when I get up, I have to have like a blanket so that people aren't like, that's an ass.
That's fair.
Chad just pog champs whenever she gets up.
I was playing one time and I got up and it wasn't even like super inappropriate shorts. It was just like running shorts, like normal running shorts.
Yeah.
And someone was like, "Oh, you thick." And I was like, I need to pee. I'll be back. Sort
It's
this
like,
out.
I'm not
amongst
dealing with this
yourself."
right now.
Yeah,
I think you
no,
should
I was
add
like,
a
I got-
pog emote.
Don't clip me.
PAWG, all caps.
Oh no. No.
Oh, now it's
No.
different. That was so fun.
What did I miss?
Do you not know
No.
what Pog is?
No.
It was so funny when we found out. Donna, do you want to say what it means?
No, when we had to explain it to you, everybody else knew.
That's something. Okay.
Ben's just he went so far with that joke. I loved it. He just couldn't. He was never unamused.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't be the one to say what a Pog is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Fat ass white girl.
There you go. Donna
I'll
gets
say it, I
so
don't care.
uncomfortable when you say that, and it's my favorite thing. Oh, that was good. It was brought up in a stream. Somebody was just saying Pog, Pog. He's like, "Oh, you missed my joke," and I was like, "What joke?" And then this whole thing
in the
happened.
army, there's POG, which is person other than grunt, which doesn't make sense. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, and the
I don't
stream
know where
rules,
they throw
Pog
away
means
the
something else too.
damn. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Oh. Damn,
Oh,
Sid.
man.
What? I ain't scared. I'll say whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. You're just off put. Damn.
Yeah.
No, you can have a lot of fun with wigs. There's a lot of flexibility there.
Yeah.
Chrichelle, do you have anything on your lists?
I don't.
Good.
I was
So we got through all your
today.
topics.
I'll tell you though. Yeah, we did. We got through an entire podcast though without mentioning any of my major topics of sorts.
Oh, you have
Which today was none. So
Hmm.
yay
Wow,
for that.
congratulations,
I
getting
did
through your
nothing to
list.
prepare. Yay. And I'm sorry.
I did nothing to get ready, and it worked out.
Yeah. I always remember when like we had an assignment that I didn't complete in school, and the teacher forgot to actually have us turn it in, and then it was just nice because I didn't have to turn in the assignment that I didn't do. So that happened a couple times just because that teacher was forgetful. But
Like, homework's canceled. Ah, shoot.
there were a couple professors that did that too. I was in college, but yeah.
Ew, college. Who does that?
It makes me think about all the work from home kind of stuff I've been hearing about. Because that seems
that's
to
what
have been
my dad's doing.
getting along pretty well for a lot of people. Not everybody, of course, but it's been looking pretty. I wonder how many businesses are just gonna like realize the cost saving of the workers who could work from home.
It's gonna change a lot.
I
Yeah.
hope it does, because it's
There are
gonna
a lot of
really open
people
up the
who-
world for disabled people. Go ahead.
Better
Sid.
Yeah,
for
there's
the
a lot of
environment.
there's a lot of people who are taking advantage of the work from home thing and being able to make it work for them, but at the same time there are a lot of those people who will need to get back out into the world, into the workforce, because they can't stand living like we do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think an office space should be required. There's a good place to have a central place for files and for people to cultivate and have meetings and see each other. Obviously, there are things that need to go on, but for the most part, it would be nice if that became more of an optional thing down the line. Because like my dad's a
Definitely.
salesman, as I mentioned, and he has his own office, but he can do 100% of his work from home.
Yeah.
Now, my dad prefers an office. He likes to get away from the house. He has less distractions. That's his work ethic. But for
Well,
a lot
it
of
feels
people,
more professional.
absolutely it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you can show up dressed properly and everything, it's a more adult environment. But there are plenty of people. Like I mentioned a lot. I do watch a podcast because I've been working on more videos, and it's just great to just binge a podcast when I do that. And one of the things he mentioned from his job was the fact that like a lot of times in his specific line of work, he was able to, not have to work until he gets a call. So work could either start late and then he'd handle, quick meetings that would take 2.5 hours or an hour and a half could be done in an hour or half an hour where everybody just signs off when the meeting's over. There's a lot less chit chat when you're all talking from home. And so to be able to finish that, knock out whatever was expected of you and then be done a half hour early, he could just start streaming. There's no commute to work. He could just be done. And I found that very interesting.
And phone goes off as soon as you're done with the actual work day. So no one's like, hey, can you do this for me? It works out.
When I finish a stream, the transition to like relaxing and watching a show could be like that. I mean, I could just be done from.
And that's nice to unwind and I get what you mean.
I don't know. I was interested in your guys' take on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. No.
My
Very
views
good,
on it
very
is
good.
that I feel like after all this, it's going to open up a lot of doors for disabled people because a lot of people are on disability SSI when they're only like their functionality is that they can't be around people. So like people with cystic fibrosis and whatnot. And some of these people, they want to work, they want to be productive members of society, but they can't go out. So like I can't go have a normal job. I get sick so often. If I had a work from home job, like I could do it. But most companies are like, oh no, we don't have the infrastructure. This whole pandemic has proved that they could have the infrastructure. They just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Which is like not to like be all social justice warrior, but it's like extreme ableism. Oh, if you're not completely able, then you're an invalid. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially all these computer jobs. Why do I need to go to an office to fill out spreadsheets all day and handle emails?
And all those meetings that could have just been an email actually can be emails.
Right, or Zoom meetings. Like you could still be face to face with people, just over technology. The technology is there. We're
literally doing that. Yeah.
For jobs that aren't like, so like you work in a factory, Chrichelle, right? Like that is the kind of job where you obviously need to be there. And the clock at the end of the day is a very productive way to get that day's work done. But if you're working with people or your sales or something, if you hit like your daily quota and you got something else to do, you can just sign off and be done. Or you could work a little extra,
Yeah, that is true though, but we're very intent on keeping 40 hours is how this is going for us currently. And my job is unfortunately very dependent on the oil and gas industry and hydraulics and all that. Oil is negative $37 a barrel right now, so that's a problem. So what we're instead doing is working on cleaning and projects and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm doing like a lot of like improvement projects to improve our machine capability on these giant engine lathes or so, and like cleaning at the same time, and also like writing emails and doing other sorts of paperwork and stuff, and learning how to do our new terrible inventory system. But so it's my manager has become a little bit more of a micromanager, which is annoying.
Transition period,
and I can't just work from home.
Trying to figure it out.
My little mini lathe that I haven't set up yet, so I can't work from home.
That's why I took you as an example, as someone who like has a job that probably needs that clock,
Yeah.
Whereas, like I mentioned, sales and a lot of industries probably, like Donna mentioned, if you're filling out spreadsheets and stuff like that, well, as soon as the spreadsheets are done, you're done. The work is completed. So that clock is arbitrary. To sit there and, waste an hour or two of company time just burning out that clock.
Just sitting in the office.
That's just American work culture.
This is secondhand, but isn't it a saying that there's only like, 5 hours in an actual work day where you actually get something done? It might be even less than that. And
so a lot of times that's accurate.
That was my experience in school.
I can verify that.
I was a bit of a different case, but I did my shit. Honestly, when I was there, I did my shit. And I still was able to get through an entire movie most days. I just had my Chromebook, and I would literally start to finish an entire fucking movie, and I'd finish it a lot of days. Hour and a half movie, done. I watched the entirety of Mad Max Fury Road in class one day. And I got my shit done. That was in the spare hours. Oh, I think Michelle's muted.
Oh.
Or, no, maybe too quiet to get picked up by the mic.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, the noise gate. And Sig is just having issues there. He's double muted right now.
That was probably me.
No, Sig is. I can see the muted icon
No. You said a noise. I had to local mute because my husband tried to come talk to me.
Well, I too saw her talking and the mic wasn't. Boy, everybody is just
quiet.
I had to mute myself because I have other people in my house.
I got you. Just making sure you were aware.
We're a hot mess, okay?
Hey, we did great this podcast. I'm just saying, like, we had very few issues. Everyone was here, engaged, and hanging out, and well, we're not engaged. We're married, but.
Is there a good movie I can watch? I have an 82 movie master list of my personal recommendations pinned in the movies and shows in our Discord.
Wow.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. Those are the good ones.
Oh.
If none of those suit your fancy, just tell me what you're in the mood for. We'll sort you out.
Those are the good ones he's seen.
Yeah.
No, those are the best of the ones I've seen. I do have
All right.
those 82 movies, 83 movies are my go-to. Like, if you haven't seen this title, just watch it. These are very good movies. I have another 100 I could probably add to like the secondhand recommendations, but I mean, then there's another couple hundred I've seen that nobody has to watch, and I love that. I do have movie recommendations, but I like to tailor it for what someone's in the mood for. You better not let me down, Beast. Well, with 83 movies, I should strike a chord somewhere. If none of those... Yeah?
Yeah, we do need to check that out.
It's good. Yeah, no,
Do you have scary movies on it?
No. I mean, some of them might be a thriller, but that's
No,
not
they're
my
scary.
thing. I am not the
I
one
don't
to
like
talk to
scary
about
movies
that.
either.
If you
So-
tag Jolie on Discord, she's all about that. She might have some good recommendations.
You know her?
I don't know who that is. Sorry.
It's literally Jolie.
Jolie.
Jolie. She'll pop up.
Brangelina.
Not hard to
Nice.
find.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
work
Star
it
Wars
out
is on that
somehow.
list, but a lot of them are like cedars. So that's just 83 titles. There are a lot of movies like Star Wars that branches off into like 6 more recommendations because the whole series is on there. I don't think I put everything on that list specifically. There are a lot of those like Wayne's World, for example. Great movie, but I don't think I have both of them on there. So if you like the first one, you should watch the second one. And yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, Scary Movie is on that list too as well, or at least it should
Yeah.
be. Yeah, what movie should I watch? It's a playlist I have here. It's maybe I can see the exact number out of 83. So yeah, yeah, it's good. So let me see if I have a Star Wars title on here. I should. Oh man, I hope I do. Is Wayne's World not on this list? Yeah, so only Wayne's World, not the second one. Yeah, I have a lot of recommendations.
Significantly
It can be
more
updated.
rock and roll.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, there's the
Is it that
stretch.
time?
Is that our cue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Time,
I'm not the one that's calling this.
You can tell by the muting that Sig's family has like seen the 2-hour mark and they've started being noisy again.
They're like, hey, can we go in there now?
They're
Can we go in there now?
rioting.
Hey, you said 2 hours. We're gonna be
Yeah.
doing whatever they're doing.
My husband tried to come in a minute ago.
Yeah.
That's just, well, you know,
You're still doing it?
showing
No,
back up here and screaming at the dogs for a few minutes. Yeah, that's great.
We
we
got
had good
a
momentum. I wanted
notification
to-
from one of our
Just
friends
a
Yeah.
smile.
that wants to play Stardew with us now.
All right. Any final things to
I
say,
know.
everybody?
Closing
thank
out,
you.
Son, thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
Yeah,
Would you be willing to
Sorry
come on
I
again
don't
someday,
know
maybe?
that
It'd be nice
much
to have you.
about gaming.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
we like having fresh faces, so.
Yeah, and we talk about lots of things besides
Absolutely.
just gaming.
You know, and the next
Yeah, it
time
was.
the crit can't come, we should just have the shell. You
There
know,
you go.
just
Yeah.
send her.
Just let
Perfect.
me
I
know.
see
You're
you.
like,
Come
I'm
back.
too tired.
I
Just
belong to
Yeah.
come in.
All right, we got Sig
There we
dog
go.
photos coming in last minute for you right here.
Oh.
Husband
no, I'm
reveal
not doing it.
Rosa?
Huh?
Barry said husband reveal Rosa?
Come on, Pancho.
Barry
Reddit.
said husband reveal Rosa?
No,
Oh, you...
I was saying no.
oh yeah, I didn't... no sound came out of that. I don't know why.
The eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
I think the logistics she mentioned once was
Oh,
if
Here's
they're
our
both on
dog.
here, nobody's
here's our
watching a
dog.
kid.
He's a good dog.
He was napping.
I know, but he's cozy. I wanted to hold him.
Is that the dog?
Yeah, that's not gonna
Yeah,
not gonna
it's a good
happen.
Doggy. Okay.
No picture, Sig?
Oh,
No, that's not gonna happen.
What kind of phone do you have?
An LG G5.
Oh,
I thought it was a calculator.
camera looked similar to mine.
I mean, it
asked
technically
Clark if
is
he
a
wanted to say
calculator.
bye, but he
All
said
right.
no.
Minerva Podcast,
right.
episode 21. Goodbye.
All
Join our
right.
Discord.
See you guys.
Bye.